We're on. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Hello and welcome to Dicefunctional. We are down a Jace tonight, so you're not going to get the whole spiel that you normally get about anarchy and anti-capitalist propaganda or what have you that Jace typically does. You're not going to get that, although I do agree with most of it.
What are you, a capitalist? No.
No.
Go live in a cabin in the woods with no internet except for some internet to watch this.
I mean, David Thoreau did something like that.
You know what? Ted Kaczynski had it right. Go live in a cabin with only a little bit of connection to the society. Anyways, like I said, no Jace tonight, so no big spiel at the very beginning of it. What I will say is, nope, got nothing to say. So where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers, the neighborhood watch had just cured one Fitz of their curse, fought off the twisted man, and finally managed to kill the beast that kept trying to regenerate itself despite all the grievous injuries that were put upon it. You then got Zandy, Fitz's mentor, and brought to their attention that they can also get themselves cured, which they did. Only for their mentor to become a little curious about the whole situation with the bag of holding and the twisted man that apparently came out of it, and point out to you all that apparently there was a room inside of the bag of holding. But you guys didn't have the time to deal with that. You had to rest, get out of there, and get back to your cart, because unfortunately for you all, that either means teleporting and catching a train, or going back out the way you went, which is not a good idea, if I'm to be completely honest. But with all that said, right now we have left off. You guys are inside of Carhaix. It's a small town just at the base of the mountain where your tower is. Forgive me, I don't have a map of Carhaix, if I recall correctly. If I do, I'll have to try and dig it up somewhere. But where you last left off, Zandy had set down a bedroll and then put up a little tiny hut for themselves, which Tana had begun painting on the exterior of. And you guys were just kind of milling about. You've already taken a long rest. You're pretty much set when it comes to sleeping, so if there's anything you guys want to do, you can do it. It's 10 o'clock at night, though, and you are in the middle of a town that no one has seen you in, so try to behave yourselves.
I hadn't taken a long rest yet on my sheet.
Okay,
so...
if any of you haven't taken a long rest on your sheet, please take a long rest on your sheet.
Highly advisable.
And we'll go with this. There we are. So, you guys still have some loot that you're sitting on from the trip that you took, as well as a few things that you may wish to investigate if you so choose. On top of that, a few of you have some items you have been sitting on that, out of character, you have been talking with me about using and then have not used in a few sessions. So, I'm also bringing that up so that someone doesn't forget. Yes, you. So what would you guys like to do with first and foremost? Carhaix is... Oh, yeah, actually, no. I haven't described Carhaix to you. Carhaix is a small mountainside town. It is down at the very base of it, slightly sloped due to the rocky conditions and the general area nearby. You can see that pine trees and other old growth forests are all around this area, with certain sections that have been cleared away or cleared away a little bit more to allow for some farmland. it looks like a majority of what is done here is logging, as well as ranching of some sort. As it looks like they do have some of the goats that are endemic to Ekes around here that are being raised in the typical very tall fenced pens to make sure that they can't climb their way back out. Kars Hay itself is a fairly decent sized town. You would say it's probably comparable to something like Villevel, which you've already gone to. So it's a decent sized town, nothing extraordinary. It's got a blacksmith. It's definitely got a tavern if you need to go there. But currently, due to the late time, most folks are staying inside. You can definitely hear noise coming from the tavern, but all shops have closed. So not really anything to be done purchasing wise. So, does anybody have anything they would like to do first and foremost? Nose goes from Jess.
I have a small amount of shopping, but that needs to wait until morning.
That needs to wait until morning. And also,
Same problem.
And I was gonna say, and also you're already planning on you're getting cooking utensils, which that's a gold piece.
Yeah.
So
I need to see if I can rob this town of all its magic paper.
If it even has any.
If it has any.
Yeah.
wizard problems.
I'm not even a
Not even
wizard.
a wizard. You're not even a wizard. Everyone else was saying it, so I wanted to also say it.
Just some schmuck with a book.
So, I realize that there are some things that we did pick up from the underground. Is there anything you would like me to look over? Asher says to the rest of the party.
Oh, is that your Asher impression? Okay.
I love we were all sitting here like,
It's not gotta
who
be
is that?
Who are you, stranger?
I pull out a fucking Glock. Who is that?
Wrong character. You don't have a
Oh, shit,
Glock.
sorry.
You pull out your fucking glaive.
Oh, we have that the necklace
In the box.
in the box.
Did we
That
open
we're
the
trying
box?
not to break.
We did not open
No.
the box yet.
Estella did not open the box. We just kind of left it in there. So
You're being way too polite to be Asher right now.
Yeah.
You gotta
Be
be
an asshole.
be
Who is this
muted.
kind person who's in our party now?
Asher, are you feeling okay? Maybe you should go to bed.
No.
Asher is sick.
A little closer to
That's
accurate.
like Ash.
So yeah,
let's-
the box does need to be unlocked first and foremost.
Is it magically locked or is it just a regular
It-
complicated lock?
It is not magically locked, but it is a complex lock. So you do
Hey.
need to do the minigame.
No, we don't.
You're just gonna knock.
We're not gonna
Well-
use it for anything else.
Before that, does the key from the jeweler shop work in
No.
unlocking it?
No. The key from the jeweler shop just worked for the jeweler shop.
So I'm gonna just wrap my knuckles against it with the charm in hand.
How far
And Jill
out
said
in
they
the
want to
town are
touch
we?
it.
You're in the town.
Because the knock creates an audible
mind.
down for like 300 feet. Something.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So
we're
you'll
not
hear
being
a.
secretive.
So yeah, you guys will hear a loud from the lock as someone casts knock upon it.
It's more that it's like 10 at night and people are trying to sleep.
It's
Could be
fine,
worse.
I
Could be
live.
guns.
Sure.
Yeah. I could wake him up.
Casting knock upon the box, it will pop itself open. You see that the very carefully made glass box now opens up fully, and you can see inside of it the jade necklace that I described previously.
You guys think it's cursed?
I don't know. How much do you think this box sells for?
A lot. Hey,
Quite a
Asher,
bit. Yeah.
what is the necklace?
All right.
Get on it,
fine.
magic boy.
All right, fine. And
Okay,
Asher will
what's
sit
with that
down and begin
face?
casting investigate upon the
Investigate?
identify.
There you go.
2 I words. I mixed them up. And begin casting identify upon the necklace.
What's your excuse for sense motive?
I played Pathfinder for just as long as I played D&D, and it stuck. It's as simple as that.
We gotta get past the point of how long you played for Pathfinder, though.
We were definitely past the point, but it doesn't mean that I didn't still spend that much time playing it.
Coward.
5 years here, so
5 years we've been playing D&D, and you don't want to see me cast Investigate or Insight?
So while Azure is working on that, looking over the box itself, Costella, it definitely can be sold for a pretty penny. Both from the sense that it is a well-made lockbox, but also because it is an antique, effectively. This is a pre-schism lockbox that is still in very good condition because of the materials it was made from. So by all means, it definitely could be sold.
Is there an antique shop in town?
No.
You think the museum guy would want it? It's pre-schism.
That's true.
Yeah, worth a shot.
He might be interested
At the very
in it.
least. Oh, sorry. At the very least.
There it is, finally.
He could use the lockbox for one of his items. So this would be valuable to him regardless.
I hope someone can make a cave for him.
Yep, not a problem.
Not our problem.
Not our problem, yeah, that's what I said.
All right. So, placing the lockbox back inside of the bag of holding for a later date, which one of you should probably note. Asher will finish up with his identify spell, and he'll say, "This appears to be a it looks like an amulet that was intended for sorcerers of some sort, but it very much is it could be used by any spellcaster. It holds a trick that sorcerers typically can use and is able to take in other tricks that sorcerers have. Out of character. The amulet has the Seeking metamagic attached to it, and a small internal pool of sorcery points that it can use. It currently has 4 sorcery points, and if you break any metamagic items that have, so items that have metamagic with them, if you break them, they get absorbed into the actual amulet itself, as well as the effect of that metamagic item had. So,
like you can sneak.
So like let's say you have this amulet and you're wearing it and you break a metamagic rod that has Quicken spell in it. You add an additional sorcery point to the pool that the amulet has, and now you can also use Quickened through that amulet.
So it needs to be recharged sometimes? Or
It recharges
the
at dawn.
Okay.
It recharges at dawn.
I thought it needs
And
like
it has
another...
what?
Oh, sorry.
Magic
You
to
could
start
go.
with.
Yeah, it has the Seeking metamagic to begin with.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to look up.
Which is that one?
Okay.
Basically D20 roll, any spells that use a D20 roll, you spend 2 points, re-roll the D20, and you have to stick with the roll you get.
Yep. So it only happens after you miss with it, so it gives you a chance of making it hit.
Let me roll for Asher though.
That could be good for Raw. Oh
For
my god,
Fitz.
Fitz.
Who has limited
who has
spell slots?
limited... Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Plus, they would look so fabulous in the green.
I will say there is a other thing that should be noted about it.
Is it cursed?
It has a mild curse with it.
Okay.
What's the curse?
Bonus points for Jill.
Items, things that have to be enchanted tend to have a slight drawback to them to make the enchantment take a little easier. And that is what they had to do here. Whatever you are first injured with in a day, you will become weaker to it for the rest of the day. Basically, the first damage type that you take in a day, you become weak to that damage type for the rest of the day.
So a disadvantage on whatever damage
No.
type it would be?
No,
So
take double
You get
damage.
vulnerability.
Double
damage.
damage.
See, Connor,
Oh.
there's an
Yeah,
easy solution to this.
That's a Fitz.
Poke yourself with, like, a specific damage type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do a single point of damage to yourself at the beginning of every day with that damage type.
Yep.
And Fitz can make it one of the spell types that he can resist.
Cancel it out.
It would be neutral then.
But I'll write this up, and I will allow you guys
Go
to
to
look this
Rod.
over in a moment.
Because like it would be cool to have that, but I don't do that much spell stuff that isn't healing. But so
And I don't remember what kind of spells Rot's got in there.
Fitz.
Why am I
Fitz.
doing that?
No.
I don't.
Fitz. Fitz.
I'm trying to think. I don't think Ash would want this because a lot of what Asher uses is
Guns.
guns and more explosive spells that are
Yeah.
harder
More
to
than saves.
miss.
I
Might
don't
not
know.
be good for me either, since I'm trying kind of a tank. However, if I rend, then technically that damage type would be psychic damage, which not a lot of things deal.
Yeah, but you don't do a ton of magic, to be quite honest.
Nope.
You'd be better off with something like more defensive.
Until I get higher levels than Advist.
And,
And I
while
don't
I
use my magic to attack, so
I do have attack type magic, I don't need to be more vulnerable than I already am.
True.
no.
Nonsense.
You already
Ah,
died
no, no.
once.
I mostly heal.
If
I know that sorcerers can do other things besides the like hitting, and the sorcerers can do like quick and spell might be really nice, but I think Fitz should have it, especially after everything they've got through.
if he wants it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fitz, do you want it?
Fitz is quiet.
Where
We-
did Jill go?
We can also hold on to
Why
it
do they
for
call it a
trade.
restroom?
They're fighting.
Oh.
I did bring them coffee when I came here.
Oh,
So-
that's on you.
And
That's on you.
It's what they
It's
wanted.
your fault.
They wanted
Michelle-
coffee.
Can you bump up your mic a little bit on the
Not
stream side?
really. On the stream side? Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm wearing Jill's headphones? I'm playing for 2 people right now.
Okay. Either way,
And I will not try to butcher Rot's accent. I'm not cruel.
No.
that's
Fitz.
fine. I could.
Damn it!
Why are we
Becca!
all doing that today?
I'm sorry, I don't know
Especially
why.
He's not like
I'm,
rotting anymore.
I know.
It's been so many sessions.
I blame Becca for the fact that I'm messing up.
Yeah,
I
like-
don't know why I'm messing up because like I literally
Old
I'm
age.
so good about it throughout the rest of the week, and then all of a sudden
We play
Old
D&D,
age.
and it's like,
it's
forget
my
it.
it's my old age. You'll have to forgive me.
You're so old, Granny.
I'm so old.
Look at you. You're practically skin and bone.
Is that an insult? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see the reaction before I decide what comes next.
Try again.
Fair enough. So, selling the lockbox to museum guy and
If
necklace.
Fitz doesn't want to use the necklace, we can always trade that to the
That's true.
Kirat as well.
So we'll see if Fitz wants it, and if Fitz doesn't. Fitz went to the bathroom a while ago. I I don't know where.
Just let him be.
The necklace
To be fair-
is also,
rough enough time.
Yeah.
He hasn't had to poop in a while.
the
Well, no,
necklace is also pre-schism, which would make it quite valuable.
Fitz has been eating, Granny. Fitz just hasn't been hungry.
Surprising setback of the undying warlock patron. You no longer have to poo.
Well, it's because you no longer have to eat.
Yes, but Fitz has
That
been
makes sense,
eating.
yeah.
Do you think Fitz is just magically evaporating it?
Personally, I don't. I love this, but I don't think Joe would appreciate this conversation.
No.
They're not here. It's okay.
Oh, they just sent me the "I'm fighting for my life" meme.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
hold
why
on.
we're gonna clip this
so
and send this to
is
them after
No.
the session.
Canonically.
I just figured now that the body is not rotting, it might be a little confused, fully healed.
Don't think it's funny that Rod is fighting for his life as well.
Fitz.
Damn it! Back up!
I
I'm gonna-
only take responsibility for the first one.
Jill said, "Hell yeah, solidarity." So I think we're allowed to keep making the pooping joke.
No, we're good with I don't have any more
Stop.
jokes to make.
I
made
don't.
the
I
joke.
don't.
You
Oh,
don't have to continue it.
I forgot. We took a long rest, so
Yeah.
I need to do this.
New Oracle.
Finally, an
12.
Oracle roll.
It's a 12. It's not great.
That's
Not
enough
good.
to save someone potentially.
Not sure.
So
We should go sleep.
we should also at some point sell all the jewelry Kaz stole.
Okay, but we can't do that right now. I don't think anything's open.
Yes, do you remember the jewelry store?
Maybe? Oh my god.
Jewelry store.
No, she doesn't remember that.
Oh
no.
Yes.
The necklace.
Hey, as it was yesterday. You have a problem.
Technically speaking, it was today.
But
We
we
had a
did-
long rest. It's functionally yesterday.
Oh, we should probably wait until you can give it to a fence.
I mean, it wasn't really stolen.
Yeah,
So
but coming in
regular
with
pawn shop would probably
thousands of gold worth of jewelry.
set up a shop. Sell it to some nobles.
Kaz, do you want
You
to
did
talk
that
to
last
nobility?
session. Oh, sorry, last campaign.
Do you want to
Wait a
talk to
minute.
nobility?
Nobility?
Yeah, to sell the jewelry. Do you want to
Oh,
go try?
fuck no. I'm not talking to them.
See,
I'd rather just give it to, I already forgot his name.
You can give it to a
High Lord.
Yeah, High Lord.
Yeah. High Lord is the pawn shop tabaxi. Rand is the museum fellow who also probably would show interest in the you have quite a bit of gold's worth of antique jewelry that he
Oh, yeah.
also could be interested in too.
he would
I'll
probably
point that
do
out.
And we could
Yeah,
also
we
make
might-
Well,
something from
any
him.
of the coins would be pre-schism, so
Yeah.
We could also probably I think he gives us stuff if we give him enough, right?
Yeah, if we
Yeah.
could probably
We could get something new.
trade at least some of this jewelry for
An
nifty
item or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question. What are we doing?
I don't know,
Well-
but I want to get in that bag of holding eventually.
Um,
There's time to do that.
We're waiting for the trains to run so we can go north.
We need to reunite with Ash's cart, and then from then on,
After that.
what are we doing next? Pursuing the changelings?
Is there anything we can't do, right?
We need to find that pharmacy manufacturing.
Because I can't really do anything in regards to my stuff because
We're waiting on leads.
yeah.
I
Which
don't think-
honestly, We might be able to find it up where we find the pharmacy. Power tends to collect in the same places.
I don't think we're getting up there any easier.
Unless we know any wizards, which I don't think we do. So
We only know one, and
they can't do anything.
they're kind of useless.
Yeah, they are.
Locations
Are
for
you having this conversation right outside of the tiny hut?
What's up, Kaz?
what were the locations that that High Lord said about the folks with the lock boxes? Again?
Oh,
So, one lockbox was seen coming down from Beldrick to Vientito. The other
So
one was seen
Vientito.
coming up towards Elvedil.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Because I was like forgetting, like, well,
Good.
okay.
Good pull.
um,
I just think because we're going to destinations that are literally we're gonna go along the path of the cart, the Ash's
Mhm.
cart.
yeah.
I thought it would make sense to at least we don't have to go down there twice.
Well, if we want to hit up Elbadil and just see if there's any word of warning.
Yeah, we can take the train there.
And then back up to Margarine.
I think, didn't we find the Vientito lockbox? Or
It's a speculation that they were around there, but not a clear idea where they went.
Jolly, did you write this down, or is your mind just remembering this?
My mind is slowly remembering things.
wow.
What pull?
Oh, Jolly actually has a key mind feat in real life.
I don't take notes, but my
Selective
mind opens up
demons.
sometimes.
I do have to say, out of character, even if we do go to Elbadil and then Margarine, it might still be quicker to go back to Carhay and take the express line than take the commuter line.
That's true.
I'm doing the math on that right now, so you guys don't have to.
Yeah, it depends on what I put for the times trains depart.
Oh, hi Fitz.
This is-
How's the working digestive system?
The one thing I think I prefer is not having.
Have you ate?
I don't know if I want to know.
You're drinking the coffee that
Shut your goddamn mouth. I'm gonna drink my coffee if I want to drink my coffee.
you just complained your stomach was hurting.
Yeah. Probably not from the coffee.
You know,
Maybe. Hopefully.
Fitz, do you want a necklace? It has meta magic in it.
It's also slightly cursed,
Um,
but not too bad.
It can be, if you look in the items, it should be visible just under the items tab. Oh, hold on. Magic items tab, my mistake.
you took it.
Technically speaking, that does mean if you want to unattune to it, you'll have to have remove curse cast on you.
I have a move
But-
curse.
Yes, I don't think that's a problem.
Do you want me to explain
Can
it?
you bring it closer so I can read it? I'm in my old man era.
To be fair, it is very small over there.
What?
Sorry.
You, Jill, to be fair, you leaned forward and went,
You know what? You know what? You know what?
I think it wouldn't have been as bad if you didn't adjust your glasses.
I'm sorry they were slipping down my nose. Maybe I should go back to the bathroom. It was
I
nicer in
would've
there.
laughed if you weren't literally talking about how you're in your old man era. And then you
Look,
immediately...
this is almost as bad as being called out
I'm sorry for
by
laughing
that
at
image.
Because it's so mean to me.
I can explain some of them. I can explain the meta magic type if you need. I have it up there on my phone. Go back
I
to
accidentally swiped to my Baldur's Gate character.
go back.
Interesting. read that, like, I know anything about sorcerers or meta magic.
Yeah, this is what it does.
Basically, it lets you re-roll a missed spell attack.
And since you are a warlock who only has 2 spell slots,
It would be good.
Technically also works in cantrips.
It does.
Yeah.
But even my
Yes.
cantrips are like not.
I guess I'll take it, but don't expect me to use it because meta magic scares me.
well, if you don't want it, we can always trade it to the guy at the museum for other
Yeah,
stuff.
you can. You guys
Okay.
can
Yeah,
always
you
give
don't-
it to Rand.
That was the other
Take
idea, was
it.
either Fitz.
What was
huh?
that?
I could also use that.
But
Like,
you
then-
said yourself you don't use combat magic.
No. I would. Okay, no. What I meant was, if Fitz wants it, they can have it, but I wouldn't mind having it. I think how I was giving like preference to Fitz.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I know,
like-
but now I'm asking out of curiosity, how would you use?
I have
because you don't-
guiding bolt. I use
Yeah,
guiding bolt a lot.
Guiding bolt's
Oh,
actually
shit.
a pretty good option.
Oh,
for
it
that.
is a really good spell. Trust me,
That's
I use it
that's
a
role-based
lot.
spell.
I use it a lot in Baldur's Gate. It's Shadowheart's best spell.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I get three free uses of it. So
So let's put it this way: would you feel more comfortable giving it to someone who's probably played a
Yes.
sorcerer? Yeah. Have you played a sorcerer? I just assumed you have.
Hey,
I have
use
not,
it.
but
You've at least played a lot of D&D at this point.
I know how that
It
is.
scares me. I remember
Also-
hearing Jolly
Magic.
talk about meta magic last campaign, and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that.
Also, it'll match your aesthetic of the whole foresty witch kind of thing.
Yeah. Also, there's other things that it could have, which will be very useful, like things like it going far, like things like far.
Mhm.
If we get that,
Yeah.
if I could do
Plus-
cure wounds from 30 feet away.
Wait, Connor, can I
Plus
ask a
you're
fucked up?
usually... Oh, sorry.
No, you finish your thought and then I'll ask my
I
fucked
was
up
gonna say,
question.
plus you're usually further away from combat, so
Yeah.
the damage vulnerability won't be as hard of a deal.
So you know how we can use sorcerer body parts and spells and and potions and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, if we killed a sorcerer, could we harvest part of their brain for the meta magic?
Boy, I'm gonna have you roll Arcana for that one, Chief. That's an interesting, grim thought.
Perfect.
Oh, the cackle.
What's with the maniacal laughter?
The cackle.
I didn't roll well.
So Mercy's gonna do that.
I'm not okay.
Not
What's with the
Mercy.
wrong name calling today?
Oh,
we called
no,
we
guys.
called Fitz rot like 4 times while you were gone. Wow. Becca started it.
Hey,
Don't
please,
know what's
leave the
wrong
rest
with
of us
yours.
out of it.
My own grandma.
No!
Wow. You know what? I should have known. Grandmas always want to call your dead name.
My grandma dead named me. Fuck.
I don't know if we can use it for the brains, but I think we should probably consider it if we harvest any sorcerer parts.
How do you
The
know
bridge
if
will
someone
cross
is a
when we get
sorcerer or
there.
not?
Sorcerer body parts are some of the most valuable in potion making. Do you know what your brain
That's
sim
it.
can do?
You realize you're
I don't
talking
wanna
about people, right?
We harvest sentient creatures stuff all the time.
These are people.
Yeah, and we harvest dragon parts. Those are people.
All right. Name one time we as a group have harvested dragon parts.
I did in the Underdark once.
And you better watch it.
Why?
Oh, wings now.
It doesn't make you a dragon. It just makes you a warlock with wings.
Just say, watch out.
Also, Michelle, are you gonna take the Meta Arcanist?
I
Okay.
am. Can you add it because I'm too scared to like go into my stuff because
Oh
of like
God,
yeah,
what is
I'm just gonna drag and drop it.
The stream
that's basically
crashes
it.
and burns
There you go.
because
like
Michelle
it's already
opened her
not
inventory.
good, guys. Like unfortunately, the this stream is not going to look good when we put it up because this camera is sharp. It's very choppy.
Yeah, I've noticed.
It's okay.
Which it's
Whatever.
it's not a standard stream. We're down our normal stream
I
master
don't know
general.
why
It's not
it's
a
like
huge
this.
deal.
I never have this issue, but
Excuse me.
yeah.
Could it be the gigantic Baldur's Gate on your computer?
it is on a different drive. So no, actually,
Mhm.
And Baldur's Gate is not actively running.
no. It is
No,
not.
but sometimes still having.
Is it?
It is not.
No,
I have
none-
literally nothing except OBS, my camera,
Yeah.
and the stream stuff going
Jill,
on. I
your computer
promise
would
you.
explode if you did both at once. You and I both know that.
So
I can't even
just to
reach
keep
my
us
keyboard.
just to keep us all on track, I did the math out pretty quickly. Going from Karhe to Orpheus to Belric and then to Hargrak. Basically, I'm pretty sure I may have botched the numbers a little bit, but that's not the end of the world because I don't give enough of a fuck. You'd be looking at spending about 117 gold, and you'd be jumping off the tracks at about 4:30 if you can convince the conductor to say, "Hey, pull over here and let us leap off."
Hey, could you pull over here? Train? Is that possible?
Actually, there might be a time along that route where
Where they
the
stop.
train pulls to the
Actually,
side.
it's Belric to Hargrak, so
I hear how expensive trains are.
it goes from there to there. This
I hate
one-
using the trains because I feel like we're being tracked by those freaky elf people.
Actually, yeah. Cody's correct. You guys would have a spot where it stops midway through. So yes, basically because when you have two tracks that go with each other, and you have multiple trains, one needs to pull over so that the other one can pass. So yes, there is a point where
here, unless if there are two spots, in which
No.
case.
there's only one.
Right.
So
So
Cody
we
is
would be-
correct.
We'd be leaving here, stopping where?
Stopping midway between Belric and Hargrak so that you can catch up with your cart.
Oh shit. So we'd literally be right beside where the cart is.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, most of the tracks have at least one spot that one of the trains needs to pull off for half an hour so that they can pass because they're single tracks. And
Yep.
those are incorporated into all the route times.
Yep. So this is entirely doable.
Damn.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's spend the night/day
Night.
chillaxing.
I will point out there are still a few things that you guys do need to investigate. Jolly, you did bring up the idea of putting on the
yeah.
breathless amulet and heading into the bag.
I want
Do
to
it.
do it so there's
Do it.
nothing stressing about.
What if there's a door and it leads to another place?
That could also be a thing as
That's
well.
also not kind of stressful.
Whoa. Yeah. I'm fully supporting you
Do
donning
that.
the necklace and getting in there and poking
Wait.
around.
Because you're kind of our only option since someone here decided they wanted to live.
Wow.
Don't know
Also,
who
you
you
can
think you're
get away
talking
from
to.
danger really easily.
But I would like at least a little bit in the time in the morning to make sure there's nothing here in town we need.
Right.
That's fine.
As
Yeah.
get in the bag.
Oh. Okay.
Chunks pass the
Anyone
back.
else? I'm going to the tavern to celebrate Fitz's new curseless life. Come here.
I think I'm also going to the tavern.
Dennis is just gonna lean over to Granny and go, "You know that's not gonna end well, right?"
No. Bye.
Fitz, I'm sorry.
Granny pulls away their grandson. Kaz, you don the breathless amulet and begin pulling yourself into the bag of holding. Inside, you can see what looks to be like a stone hallway made of worked stone that has I just repeated adjectives. That's a bad habit.
Yeah, stone hallway.
hallway that is
Made
made
of
A hallway
stone.
made of worked stone that appears to go forwards a little bit further from where you are, but when you look up, you can see that there is no ceiling. It is black. There is nothing above you, and yet there is no source of light, but everything appears to be evenly lit. Looking behind you, where you'd expect a wall to end off this hallway, you instead see an open area. There's nothing there. There is no ground, there is no path, there is no hall, it is just open. But following along the hallway itself, you see the similar worked stone and shelving tables, spots with labels and containers and boxes for things to be held in.
Okay. How come they never fell out of the bag of holding?
You're not sure.
That's ominous. Okay.
I think Darius should drop something in there while Kaz is in there. Just to see what happens.
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
I mean, Darius is sitting right outside the bag.
Drop a coconut. Where'd it go?
I don't have any more coconuts. Connor took them from me.
Yeah, unsurprisingly. No. You use them. You use them by casting light on them and then having them bob down the water
No,
and
no.
try and
Connor
catch
took
up with
them.
everybody
He
else.
took them from me. He told me I wasn't carrying any more coconuts after that.
Yes.
I do have plum. No, I don't have plums anymore. I have pomegranates and hold on.
Those are
Drop a
quite
rotten
rotten.
palm.
Oh, absolutely.
Just drop anything. Maybe Ruben might eat it. Maybe not the spoiled ones, but
Is Ruben in there too? Does he have to breathe?
No. Ruben does
you.
not appear to be having any issues. He does not have to breathe, as he is a familiar, not really an actual.
Okay, well, don't
breathing
put
animal.
all familiars in a box. Some of them
Alright.
might have to breathe.
Hey, Luce,
You
do
don't-
you have to breathe?
No.
Do you want to see what's in the bag? There might be body parts.
No, I'm good. I don't really care.
Ah, fair enough. Alright. I'm not gonna do it. I was just really mean to him not too long ago.
It's like putting a cat in a pillowcase.
Darius has a standard of how mad she's allowed to be mean towards him she can be.
Also, please know, I saw your face, Becca. Putting a cat in a pillowcase is a good way to transport a cat if you don't have a cat carrier in an emergency.
Yeah.
In an emergency, like for like natural disasters.
Well,
It is-
I thought you were also miming like.
No!
Which is why I made the face.
It's
Guys, we
kinda-
gotta
You were
quit.
slinging it over your shoulder.
Yeah, it's kind of like putting a sheet over a boat cage.
Yeah.
Like,
Darius pulls out a very rotten orange and just drops it.
Kaz, you've moved into the hall a little bit more, and from behind you, you hear a. As you see, a very rotten orange has popped out and then dropped on the floor. You'll also note that other things that you guys have placed inside of here look like they are currently scattered around the actual entrance of the bag of holding.
like in different rooms or just in the hallway?
No, just scattered around where you put them in.
Oh.
Oh, I wonder if the bagman used to be his organizational tool. And he used to feed him human body parts to keep him doing it.
like any other body parts were eaten. Just
The thing-
twisted.
The thing about that is I think I know where they came from.
The bodies? Hmm.
I think those are old students of Bakare.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
fucked.
That's
But, you know,
fucked up. What the?
Because I was talking to Zandy while everyone was sleeping. She was very chatty. She was like that.
I'm at the tavern, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
That's
getting
right, that's right.
crunk, baby.
I should ask Miss
considering they are a self-important wizard, I'm gonna go with yes.
She was like very, very, very talkative. I think especially when I brought up Bakare. And I asked about because they told me about like they had students and then they said he formed a cult essentially with his old students and they all kind of disappeared and I was like, has it been like maybe 50 years? And she responded, yeah, that sounds about right. I think he said maybe they were the cast-outs, like the ones who didn't do everything right and got fed or turned into that guy.
Huh. Horrifying.
Different pieces.
Horrifying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Costella,
Yeah.
looking around inside the area, you don't see anything of note that looks especially hidden inside of the actual area itself. You will see that there are spots where it looks like the area is unfinished, for lack of a better term, where basically there may be a wall that kind of stops, and then it's just void past that point. Would you like to look around for anything?
Yeah.
Check for stuff? Okay. So, investigation for hidden items, perception for just stuff.
Investigation, because with my mask I get advantage, I think.
Yep.
Let's see. Wow, that's 2 dice of 14.
2 14s, so
yeah.
should be I believe it's either a 15 or 16 for you.
Let me check. My investigation.
It's a +0, so it's actually just a 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see anything that looks like especially hidden around here. You do see that there is a small box that is labeled coins. And you see that it looks to be full of loose bits of copper. Some silver pieces, nothing too extraordinary. You will note there is an odd looking coin inside of it though.
Okay. Can I take it out?
Yep. It is a coin that has the symbol of what looks to be a screaming monkey on it.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Weird, I don't know the origins of these coins, but Ruben is here anyway. So,
Wait a second. That means there's been one of those coins for Ruben in there the entire time.
Damn.
Connor, your dead-eyed stare is insulting. Who's gonna think, let's go into a bag of holding, Connor?
Usually bags of holdings are just normal.
We're just normal bags.
Just innocent
I
bags.
would, if I wasn't playing a character who is afraid of being trapped in such places.
Anyway, I'm gonna give the coin to the statue again, like usual.
It grabs hold of the coin, nice and solid.
Well, Ruben, any side effects you had for the second coin? Yeah, no, you're pretty normal right now. Hopefully. I don't know. Is there anything else in this room aside from the coin? I'm still gonna take the coins because they're still coins.
Yeah, you add like 15 copper and 2 silver to your inventory.
Oh, that's not bad. That must be his piggy bank after all.
That's enough to buy, like, a nice dinner.
Nothing else appears to be present here inside the actual room itself, save for spots where it just opens up to nothing.
So, no additional dead bodies around at all?
None that you see.
Not even books or
Nope.
anything?
Nope, no books.
Okay. That's weird. At least there's nothing else. Otherwise, I can just head back out if there's nothing of note.
Okay. Since we have a moment, can we please acknowledge what Cody sent in the chat?
What?
Well, for those of you listening, Cody sent Ruben's grades go up. Fitz suspects him of doping. Taking
Opposite
chemical.
of what doping is supposed to do.
Brain doping.
So taking a shit ton of drugs.
It's a magical world.
Brain steroids.
Brain steroids. I am curious though what is going to happen to Ruben since he got another coin.
I think he is going to become toddler level of
Oh
intelligence.
no.
He's already pretty intelligent.
We have to put covers on all of the outlets. He is going to stick his fingers in them.
I have made changes to Ruben's sheet.
Oh,
I mean,
tell us what's on there.
No.
you say that as
Not
though
you,
he hasn't probably
Kaz.
died in a similar way already.
That's true. He would stick his fingers in an outlet.
I don't think nothing has changed, honestly.
It has changed. There is a change present.
I don't recognize it at all.
Did his intelligence go up again?
No.
Did his
look
charisma go up?
Look at his skills.
His
Did he get a new
skills?
skill?
Is it his abilities or?
He learned to ride a unicycle.
No, his
Okay.
specifically his skill.
Rollerblading.
He has skill proficiencies now.
Oh! What's he proficient in? Sleight of hand?
Proficient in acrobatics, sleight of hand, stealth, and has expertise in perception.
So this monkey's just a thief.
He's a
Wow.
thief.
Honor, that's a little concerning what you just added. I just realized what you just put in. Unless that was a mistake.
What did I do?
I don't know. Why does he have a familiar option?
Why does he? Oh, okay. So it's no. That's just something that gets put in for familiars. Basically, just saying if the DM gives you permission, you can have this.
This smaller Ruben appears on his shoulder.
Ruben summons another Ruben.
I mean,
Infinite Rubens.
there technically is, I think, a version of like Drow Priestess of Wealth can summon a Yugoloth that can summon a
Which
lesser.
can summon a lesser
creature.
demon. Yeah.
I think that there should be one type of familiar that can summon its own familiar, and I think that it should be the fantasy version of those nervous big cats. Is it cheetah? Is it
Cheetahs.
Cheetah.
That then
Cheetah?
have dog
It
companions.
summons a Labrador.
Yeah, and he's like, this is my emotional support familiar.
My emotional support familiar.
The dog does not listen to the
Your
person who summoned
familiar
the
has
cheetah.
anxiety.
I mean, to be fair,
Frog.
Frog has anxiety.
That's inherited.
So, making your way back out of the bag of holding, Kaz, you couldn't find anything else in there save for some coins and another little token for Ruben here.
Anything
Yeah.
interesting?
I found one of his coins.
Oh,
And
Something
maybe a
like
bit
that
of
can
the
happen.
bagman's money.
weird to think of him having money. I'm not gonna. He probably get it out of his victims.
Pocket change.
Ruben, can you do anything new and exciting?
Seems pretty normal.
You want a rotten orange? Fair enough.
Ruben shakes his head no. If you
That's all
couldn't
I got.
tell.
well.
Any other things that you guys wish to do?
Not until morning.
Okay.
How
Um,
hard are you drinking, Granny and Fitz?
Not as hard as she used to drink in her heyday. But she she's basically getting buzzed because she doesn't want to like get sloppy in front of her adoptive grandson.
Did Fitz know his actual grandparents? Fair
Doesn't
enough.
matter. She's the
I
Fitz.
don't know.
Uh,
I didn't think that far back in the family tree, to be real honest with you. Didn't think it'd ever come up.
It's about a vibe. It's not about
Yeah.
replacing anyone.
I think that Fitz doesn't drink, but like just in general, Fitz doesn't drink. But I think that he'll ask for like 1 alcohol, please. Just the one.
Not water on the rocks.
After the alcohol, yes, water on the rock. But I do have in my head, I've made a joke to Jess about this, but it's like the Ted Lasso scene of like, You know, I always thought that alcohol would taste horrible. And I was right. It's terrible.
Me and alcohol on a hiatus.
A lifelong hiatus. Yeah. Fitz will, be Granny's watcher. And anytime Granny has to go to the bathroom or something, Fitz is not happening.
Yeah.
That's my grandma.
Yeah, she's just gonna be like, ah. It's exciting, isn't it?
Certainly nice to be able to look in the mirror and see what I was used to for so long. It's
And you're
new.
so cute. It's like,
Thank you.
Fitz cheek.
Oh, forgot what it's like to have cheek meat. Strange.
I'm
It's-
really happy for you, Fitz.
I'm really happy too, on a selfish level, because it's good to be as handsome as I felt before. I like
That's
it.
the spirit.
Also, not having an eye socket exposed? Fantastic. However, I can hardly see. My vision is terrible.
I'll have to get you some glasses in the morning.
Fitz, like me, Fitz is like looking at a menu and is like,
Oh dear.
no idea how I've hit any shots or stabs or anything. Incredible, really.
I guess
Fantastic look.
at least one eye would probably be weaker than the other because it's been gone.
Fitz does the like one eye blink thing and is like, oh! Yeah! Hello! This was fine! Yeah. Ooh. It's terrible. Can I have a water, please? my little sippy boy.
So, would you guys like to fast forward to you guys hopping the train, then getting the fuck off so you get back to the cart?
Is there any magic paper in this town?
Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
God no.
It's a town, not a city.
I can hope.
It's a backwoods town in Ohio. They don't have shit, though.
I can hope.
You're lucky they have a blacksmith.
I have to do an obligatory roll for getting on the train.
So I will fudge our times. There we go.
Well,
Now
with the 22 stealth, I don't think people notice me sneaking onto the roof again.
Nope, you're
Damn
good.
it.
A heavy train trip until someone stops her.
And even then,
Most likely they'll continue doing it anyways.
Well, then I just have to beat their active perception instead of the passive.
A day of travel leads you all to taking several trains, catching a ride all the way to midway through the ride between Belric and Hargrack, which results in you all waiting for the train to pull over and then hopping off. No one really stops you all, as you all are heavily armed and very clearly match up with the description of either adventurers or criminals, and no one's going to stop you from doing this.
we're both.
You guys would be not terribly far from the actual cart itself at this point. I will say, just because of how fucked up your schedules are, by this point, you guys would be starting to get pretty tired because you've been up since 10 o'clock and have been doing nothing but traveling.
Jill, what's that feeling like? Being
Yeah, what does that feel like, Jess? She's looking at me very hard.
I don't know, at least we can't get a speeding ticket in game.
I think we're
It's
gonna
true.
witness a murder.
So,
Real life.
what I will say is that you guys very easily can just, you can have Asher call for his cart and have it wait to show back up, which
Or,
really
you know,
is,
we could have called the cart
you could do that
towards-
too. You could do that too.
so that way it's just waiting for us when we get there,
Yeah, that would also be fine.
which was, I think, the original plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys have the cart waiting there for you when you show up, and it's just a matter of hopping on inside, and there you go. You're back in your cart.
Can we hook the cart onto the back of the train while it's stopped
I-
there? We already
Probably
paid.
more
We have
time
tickets.
I don't know how much they would be okay with that, to be honest with you.
Well, are they gonna stop us?
Yes. And the only way that bureaucrats can, by politely saying, please don't.
Would Asher care?
Asher probably wouldn't care as much. That leads me to my next point. You guys are here. Are you still aiming to go to Hargrak, or are there other things you wish to do?
Greg, let's just take a minute to breathe while looking for changeling leads.
Hargrak Hotel. That's all I've been thinking about.
And then once we're done in Hargrak, if we don't find anything specific, we can go down to where Kaz remembered that the locked box was supposed to be in the north. Sound like a solid plan?
As good
Wait,
as.
I came up with a better joke. Hargrak Cafe.
Mhm,
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, that's where it is.
There
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
fine with going to Hargrak. I don't.
So if we do that,
I
we
love
can
the
get some
cafe.
leads.
Big fan.
Katie opens her jacket. She's got a Hargrak Cafe shirt
Open up my
If
bed.
this game kills like another 30 years in the future for next campaign, I have a feeling that Hargrak Cafe may have to be a franchise.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, let's
Right up
let's
there
head.
with Kraken Barrel.
Kraken Barrel.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start heading that way. Lizzie can lead the cart towards that way,
So
and we can sleep.
yeah, you guys can just rest.
Oh,
So-
okay. Sorry, never mind.
No, you're okay. I'm just doing numbers now, so you guys can talk.
I was just gonna mention that I'm actually kind of low on bullets.
So we'll need to pick up some metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I have stuff to work on it while we're doing all this traveling, but I figure I could just buy some when we're in one of the random towns for the trains.
Four.
I mean, Asher probably has the stuff to make bullets,
Yeah.
but it'd be best to try to, because I don't know what Jace has or doesn't have. So
I
We-
had
we
to
should
buy the
also-
materials before, so.
We should also make note of the number of days spent traveling, because Ash will probably want to tinker on
4 days.
the like.
So
oh, shit. We've been traveling for 4 days.
yeah, so basically, I just did some rough math. Basically, by the time you guys like being in the cart and riding the cart takes you 4 days to get all the way over to Hargrak from there.
Yeah.
In that case, I have work.
Because that is, ladies and gentlemen, that is the difference between a train system and no train system.
Also, the difference between having a boat and not having a boat.
But yeah, so you guys have about 4 days of travel time. Are there any big things that you guys need to do or wish to do? Any scenes you want to have? Any potions you want to drink, Jessica?
Don't full name me. You don't know me like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jill, thank you for thinking that was funny.
I just think it's funny because like, if none of us here know you like that, who does?
The people I go to work with, because Jessica's my professional name. You guys
Right.
know
So
Jess.
they're on a different level than us.
You guys get the personal name. They get the
Got her.
professional.
Mhm.
Quick thing, guys. fun update on the SAG-AFTRA striking front. Steve Buscemi opened up a speech at one of these strikes with, "How do you do, fellow actors?" So I just wanted to share that with everybody.
I love wonderful.
Hey, Connor.
Yep.
We still have shit in the bag of holding.
I imagine you do. Yeah.
What can I do? I want to experiment with those glassy eyeballs, because we have 4 of them, so I can experiment with 2 of them without ruining them.
Okay. So, excuse me. You have 4 of the glassy, almost ceramic-like eyeballs itself. Do you want to try to make a potion out of them? Do you want to try and make a trinket out of them? What do you want to try and do with them?
I'm not a trinket maker.
Okay, you're a potion maker. Okay. So in that case, I'll have you make an alchemy tools.
What's that plus? Because I never remember.
Let me check.
Because
it's not on my sheet, which is half the problem and why I never remember.
You're proficient, probably your intelligence plus your proficiency bonus.
You have alchemy and poison, right?
Alchemy, poison, and herbalist. I took the 3 set.
Gotcha.
Specifically so I could make pretty much anything I wanted.
There we go. So you should have a herbalism kit, poisoner's kit, clicker supplies. You have an alchemist supplies button right here. It's in your inventory.
Are you kidding me? That's also a button?
Yeah, look at the mortar and pestle.
I didn't realize it was a button. I never know what's buttons.
And then it says you can use alchemist supplies and push that on the chat. There you go.
I wanted to roll actual dice, but okay.
I mean, you can roll actual dice if you want.
$17.
17. So, messing around with them for a little bit, you can definitely see that there may be some use for them, but it's not necessarily going to be in just a straight potion. So, it'll take a little bit of alchemical tinkering to try and figure out a way to make this have its provided effect, but it still has that resonating ability that it had initially, where it made that deafeningly loud noise. Now, there's no real way that you can do that again without hurting yourself, because that would involve you taking them and going crack, which would just hurt you. Yeah?
I'm a woman of science.
Okay.
We have 4 days of travel. Do you think she doesn't look at Asher and go, I need an empty room?
Okay. So...
What if you made a bowl out of them?
Such an idea. Okay. So yeah, you ask for an empty room and you step aside and you make your way into the room, and everybody is going to hear just a deafening from that room as you hurt yourself by doing that.
I'm not taking damage. I'm not doing this on the last day.
Yeah, I know. And like using them as intended, they don't get damaged. But if you use them as intended, you will get hurt. Because it means you're sitting there and going like this, and of course you're right at the center of the thunder damage, which means you're going to get hurt too.
Interesting.
But you think that maybe you could figure out some kind of concoction to make it burst from the inside and have a similar effect? It'd be like a one-shot kind of thing, though.
I'm going to record this down so that way I can share it with Asher later to see if there's something he can do on his side.
Okay.
I'm a woman of science. I'm not going to waste something. Also, you guys do see Mercy walk out of that
Mercy?
room. Damn it! To be fair to me, Michelle did Mercy earlier.
There has been so much time between that and you have called her Darius.
Well,
Yeah.
so I can
Shush.
I
think
can
he's
understand the
blaming
mercy
Baldur's
because
Gate.
of the Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
have been playing Mercy and
I
Baldur's
think
Gate.
that's the main thing.
I miss playing a paladin so much. Anyways, Darius walks out of the room going, "No one go in there. Mainly because I don't want to be judged for what I just did."
I don't think the sound really left anything behind for judgment. We all heard the sound.
Ah, shit. I should have asked for a soundproof room. Darius does have, like, a nosebleed going on as she's walking out. You shouldn't take that nice elf man's name in vain, Granny.
I'll take Elven Slayers whenever I want. I lived in Giron for most of my life at this point.
So you certainly have that somewhat figured out, but you don't think you have any ideas right off the bat.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to do?
A lot of what we have is stuff that Fizzy can use that I can't. It's like the tiers I think are for Fizzy. Because I sold a lot of the stuff I could use to trade it for other things.
I mean, I could do stuff. I could make stuff. What do we
It's an
have?
offer to you. I mean, in case you forgot, you had stuff in here.
I can't like look at things right now, so
That's fair.
Do you guys want to see a very small iPhone?
yes.
Sure. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
This used to be my phone.
Oh,
Jesus.
that's so weird to think about.
Is that a 5S?
I
No,
have
they were
no
just a 5.
clue.
I had a 5S before, and it was about that size. I think it might have been a little bit.
That is so wild.
It's
so
little.
I'm just gonna sit down and make some copper resin shots. Because I have
Okay.
some, but I would like to continue making them, so I always have a steady supply of extra damage.
What can I make with the stuff that Darius had?
Let me pull back up
So-
what we have so you can.
Let's see. With the stuff that you guys have,
Because we've got, like, I think vampire teeth still.
there are the vampire teeth. That's still an option.
There's hagwort. Oh, we have stone giant muscle.
Oh, I could do stuff
Yes,
with that. That
you
would
do
actually
also have the stone giant muscle.
You know what? I want to do that.
Cool. Roll me a herbalist kit.
Can I help?
You don't need to. I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, shit.
In that case, I will say, with a day of work, and quite a bit more use of a cleaver than Darius would expect when making a potion, you have created this muddy, dull, brown red potion in like a beaker that's been stoppered with a cork. And everybody can see that at the very bottom of this, there is a mass of some kind of pulp at the bottom of this beaker. You can say without a doubt in your mind, Michelle, that this will work as a potion of stone giant strength.
And what is a stone giant train? So like you drink it gives
let
you
me
that
double let me double check the exact wording, because
If you could
I can
put
only
that
remember
on
so
Michelle's
much.
sheet since she can't.
No, I'm gonna do it.
I'm asking.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
I'm
Fizzy
ordering-
like does it. She's like very, very proud of herself. When she pulled it up, she's like very proud. She's like, that worked.
It looks
Wow.
so gross.
It's
My
so
mortar
gross.
and pestle I have only used to grind up gold leaf, and it smells like Old Bay.
Is that why you keep huffing it?
I don't know why it smells like Old Bay.
It smells delightful though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As someone from the coast, Jill is living.
No, I'm more confused than anything. Well, we used it for gold leaf. Fake gold leaf, not even real gold leaf.
So potions of stone giant strength. When you drink the potion, your strength score changes to 23 for 1 hour. The potion has no
Damn.
effect if your strength score is already greater to or equal to that score. In this case, since you rolled a natural 20 on it, I will say it'll be 23 for 2 hours.
Nice.
So I will add that to your inventory.
Cool. That'll be fun at some point, because we'll need that at some point.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And also, please mark off the Jessica. Please mark off the stone giant muscle from the group inventory, please. Thank you.
Sure thing. If you'd quit full naming me, that would be great.
Fuck off.
Oh, actually, there is one thing in here that's processed. It's poison. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the peas.
The peas? Hold on. Let me pull the inventory back up.
Telurvs? Telurvs, please?
Oh, Tilliard's peas.
Telurvs.
Yeah, can I do something with those?
Sure. That's a poisoner's kit.
Yeah. Hold on, let me shrinky dink things from where I was looking.
Oh, sorry. What?
Shrinky dink?
Rinky dink.
Fucking dweeb.
Have I never said that in front of y'all?
No, I've never heard it.
I just need to know what my plus is. Plus mod, plus ability modifier. It's intelligence. And I have proficiency. So it's 4 plus
3?
3, so 7. I have a plus 7.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep.
I had to make sure it was a good die that I was rolling. That's a 17 on the die, so 24.
24 total. By the end of this, you'll wind up with a small vial of a thin red liquid. It's about yay big, not very much to it. But you also know that the poison inside of it is quite potent, and you should be very, very careful with it.
If you could tell me what the damage type is? I know it's poison, but like...
It's just straight poison. It's going to be 8d8.
Oh!
Tasty.
And if you do the double...
I do double. I make sure I put it in the... Yeah. Make sure it ends up in this when I use it.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a just in case kind of item, because you have one. That's it.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let me take that off the
D8.
list. I'm making sure there's nothing else in here that Fizzy or I could use immediately. Because the Hill Giant Strength is a good one.
Huh?
I said Hill Giant Strength is good.
Yeah. There's nothing like a healing one, right?
I don't know, that's
believe
why I'm
so.
looking.
Yeah, okay. Then I wouldn't worry about the rest of the stuff.
Oh, one of these isn't on the sheet.
Which one is it?
4 vials of tears.
Oh, Haber's Tears. That's because that's a drug. Not a...
Oh.
No, yeah, that's one of those things of drugs that you guys got, remember?
Yeah, the Ocean's Blessing was the one that let us see invisibility, right?
Yart.
I
You don't know what this one does.
Oh, fair.
So, yeah, bear that in mind.
Oh. I can also make a potion of invisibility. We're not doing that right now. Deus is gonna try to figure out what the fuck those TOs do before I do copper resin.
Okay.
For my last 3 days, I'll do... last day, I'll do copper resin. So, whatever these TOs do.
Okay.
It's gonna be plus 7 no matter what.
Yep.
Since... That's a 15, so a 22.
22. So Haber's Tears are... They are effectively a stimulant. They don't really have a effect I can put to equal to like a spell, so it's not like haste or anything like that. It is simply a stimulant. It is intended to make you. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel a little bit more ecstatic and act a little bit erratic in behavior. So it's purely recreational.
It's a drug.
It's a drug.
Addictive?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Deus is gonna take those and pull them away from wherever Asher is. She doesn't think he'll do them, but he's also known to experiment. And I'm also gonna hide them from Granny.
Just like a college student.
Because Granny was a wild child.
She hasn't even told you those stories about how much she used to party.
So she looked at them and goes, okay, who can hold these? It's not gonna... Hey, Fitz!
That's right.
Well, can you do me a favor?
Possibly.
These are hard drugs. And I don't trust anyone else in the group to store them. Can you hide them in your room?
I can't.
Thank you.
And then police come knocking.
It's like the only choice, honestly.
Fitz opens up his his little like secret safe that's full of hard drugs. What Fitz does every day. The secret life of Fitz. You guys don't know him. He's crazy.
Is it like the Secret Life of the American Team?
No, it's like the secret life of pets. The animated film about animals. Thank you.
And last but not least, I'll gold for some copper resin.
Yep.
That's a 13 plus 7, so a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You will.
How many?
You'll I'll say just 2 doses. You'll make it no problem.
I now have 8 doses of copper resin.
Cool.
And that's all I'm doing, because I've used up my 4 days worth of stuff.
Ouch. So, with that said, any other scenes that you guys wish to have?
I do have something that is common for travel. Obligatory luck roll with a determinized sphere.
Oh.
Okay, that's fair.
Normal, advantage, disadvantage.
Just a normal luck roll. It's just flat.
A flat d20.
Yep.
Why do I always roll so well on these?
What'd you get?
Well, for the first time I got a natural 20, but I consistently roll 16 or above. On specifically luck with the sphere.
Okay.
Don't know why.
Okay. So, since Jace isn't here, we will hold off on addressing this until we can do this in the next session, okay?
I figured as much.
Here's my thought. I think I discover something, but I can't say how
Yeah.
I get there.
So yeah, we'll address this next time when Jace is with us.
Like,
Because the thing is, you wouldn't be able to do it in secret.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jace would know. It'd be like right in front of them, right in front of
yeah,
you.
that could be a gift to them.
Um, So,
Actually, I have one other thing.
is it the potion? Please, is it the fucking potion?
No, actually.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
He
Come
really
on.
wants you to drink the potion.
I just want to be done with it.
I do have a question. Do you need a question to drink the potion? Or do
No,
just
you can ask
give
an in
you-
general vibe check.
You could just go for general, and I'll give you loose information.
To be fair, I am going to bring it up, but I'm going to do something else first.
Okay.
Hey, Fitz. You can read anything, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to see what this paperwork from pre-schism time says exactly?
Absolutely, I do.
Because I stole a bunch of the paperwork from that jewelry store, so I want to see if there's anything
You did.
beyond just jewelry records.
So a majority of it is jewelry store records. A lot of it is stuff saying how many shipments came in, how much was used, buying, selling, stuff like that. There are a few details that are noteworthy. They make mention of shipments that have come in from other neighboring locations, which you would find noteworthy, because that means that either there is a mining area nearby or there is something that is creating some of these things nearby, which could be worth investigating or passing on to someone. It also could indicate that that city that you're near is closer to maybe another location that Trem and I pointed out that is on his map. Maybe that's what it's referencing. But it references shipments as if it is something that regularly comes in from a location.
There's an image spot right here. So we might hit that once Jace gets back too, before we head back down.
Fitz will write everything down and just pass paper over.
Thank you. And then on our last day of travel, when the city is in the distance, Darius will call a team meeting over dinner.
Okay. You guys can see that off in the distance, the mountain city of Hargrak is dawning off in the distance. And for the elves here, it is like nothing else that you have ever seen. It is not a city nestled in the trees. It is not near a mountain. It is on and the mountain. All along the sides and top of it, it literally is crawling with buildings that have been built onto the side of the mountain and along the side of the mountain, and it is pockmarked with windows and buildings. Yes, Jess?
Excuse you, I'm from the Underdark. Cities are weird down there.
That's true, but in a different way.
Okay.
You can see that there's a very clear section where the top of the mountain itself is basically mantled with an entire separate section of the city. And there are very clearly tunnels that go through and into it, where the interior of the mountain has become the city itself. It is a city and keep all in one. So, you guys are eating your dinner.
Oh. And Darius will pull out a tiny little potion bottle and set it on the table. I've been keeping something from you guys. It's nothing serious. I just wanted to see if I had any thoughts on how to use it first. But I don't. So this is a potion of future sight.
Okay.
It lets us see potential pathways of the future.
So if you had the thought of a way to use it, were you just gonna use it and then tell us later?
I was gonna use it and then tell you what I learned.
You weren't gonna tell us that you had it and that you were gonna use it and then use it?
No.
You understand how a team works, right? You ever been in a team?
How often do you bleed on the book without telling us?
I think I've maybe done it once.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
But it's my book.
It's my potion.
The change here is that you all know I have the book, and you've all also used the book.
That's true.
I personally
Anyways.
don't put much stock in the future vision stuff. I mean, if it can change, what's the purpose?
It's just about the principle. It's the telling us that you have something, that you're gonna do something.
Oh, so should I also mention I have a potion of regeneration in here?
Yeah, that would, yeah.
Oh, okay. And Darius will put that out and
show.
show.
Team after all.
Can I be real honest with you? Kind of forgot I had them.
But you didn't forget that you were going to use one and then not tell us.
Yeah, I remembered I had it like
Yeah.
2 days ago. And then I couldn't think of a cool question.
You seem a lot less perturbed by this than I am. I don't love secrecy.
Well,
a lot.
it wasn't necessarily a secret.
It was something
literally a secret.
It was something you knew that nobody else knew. That is literally the
secret.
definition of a
But
secret.
it wasn't done with malicious intent.
That doesn't mean anything.
Some secrets aren't malicious.
Intent. Do we need to have a discussion about intent? And how little that matters to people who don't know it.
Not right now. I don't know if do I have any other potions on here that I didn't tell you all about?
No, you sold the potion of youth.
Right, but that one is a gimmick, so it wasn't really. Potions of youth are a gimmick, they're not real. They make you look younger for like a day.
Fair enough.
This too?
Oh, predicts multiple futures in a variety of ways. You can ask like specific questions when you do it, and it's a lot more like hard-lined into what you're thinking. But if you ask Pretty much nothing. It just gives you vagues about your future. But I really couldn't think of anything good. Because you don't want to use it on something that has a more definitive answer necessarily, because, like, sometimes there's only really one solution. So I don't know. I open the floor to the rest of you. Hell, one of you can drink it if you want.
I have a lot of questions, but again, as Tana said, the future isn't really... It's changeable, I think.
You gotta talk a little louder, Michelle.
Oh, I'm sorry! The future isn't... You can change the future. That's, you know, like...
You can, but the thing is, it shows you the multiple potential futures. So it's not like it's showing you one potential. It's not going to tell you what you're going to have for breakfast tomorrow.
Questions, but...
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a specific question to ask, but I mean, if you don't want to drink it.
Well,
honestly, kind of pays retribution for not telling you guys about it, that one of you drank it.
Well, let's think.
I don't think it would help me, it would.
No.
Even if I could save myself getting the moon somehow, it wouldn't make it any easier getting it.
No, it wouldn't. It won't really give us any ideas.
We could ask about the boxes, see what would happen if they got all together.
What would they do with the boxes?
Not a bad choice.
be selfish, so let's not. Mine would be...
Well, what would it be? Let's put it on the table.
A sister?
Searching for your sister?
I feel like that's a really definitive answer, though. Either we find her or we don't.
That's true. And I don't know if I want that answer yet.
And not to be the darkness to that, but it also is the how do we find her.
Yeah. That's the thing. This thing can't tell us hows.
Well, no, I mean, how would we find her?
Oh, as in, would she be a broken person?
Alive.
Yeah.
Unalive. Enthralled.
Yeah.
Willingly in a cult. No.
Any of those sort of things. Not pleasant things to
think about.
No. Like I said, this won't tell us how anything happens. It's just what could happen.
Could maybe see who is actually responsible for taking the box and framing Kaz's uncle.
That's a past thought.
But if we ask about the box's future, then it might show us a glimpse of where it would be going.
True.
Which could lead us to who was organizing this in the first place.
They're all being transported somewhere.
It'd give us a lead on how to help Kaz's uncle.
If we can figure out where they're gonna end up, we can intercept them.
I mean, it's clear to see it's using the changelings, but in what way?
So, if we simply ask the question, where will the boxes end up?
That would give too much of a definitive answer. I think it would be better to say, what happens if the boxes meet up?
And,
no, that's also too definitive.
What is their path? What path are they taking, and what's at the end of the path?
We could just ask about the boxes in general.
Yeah.
It might give us multiple things.
That's what I'm kind of getting at.
This ain't. I need to point out this is not a genie's bottle. All right, whatever you are intending the meaning to be, just make it clear to me, and I will tell you.
Yeah. Trying to figure out the box trajectory.
Yeah, this is
what
there's you. I know you're worried about like. Yeah, I know you're worried about like how it comes off. Tell me what you mean, and I'll tell you.
Because it's like the thought is, if we ask, where will the boxes end up? We get like 300 years in the future of fantasy landfill.
No.
No, like-
I know intent. This potion is going to operate with some level of intent and understanding of what you mean, so don't worry.
In that case, and Darius will pick it up and set it in front of Fitz. You're gonna have the best memory for what's found in that.
True. I love your intent. I am, however, about to jump out of this room and go fight for my life again.
Oh, no.
So-
I will say, in fairness, we can take a quick 10-minute break because we are at about the point where we should.
Yeah.
It might take longer than 10 minutes.
Okay,
but
then as
that's
a
fine.
dramatic ending point, Fitz will uncork the bottle and go. "Ugh." Anyway,
All right.
bye.
Let's take a quick 10-minute break.
We're in.
Okay. Rot, you down the potion.
Fitz.
Who?
I don't know who
Stop.
the fuck
Oh,
you
I
think
did
you're
it
talking to.
Everyone's
That's
dead.
like the
What
eighth
dead?
time.
Right. I don't know who that
It
is.
is like the
Fitz.
same. We're dead naming a lot this session.
We are. This is bad. Fitz. You pop open the cork on the old potion and you down it. You feel a brackish liquid slide between your teeth and down your throat, tasting a bit like saline that's been left out for years and years and years. It feels a bit like drinking mucky swamp water. But as you do so, everybody else in the dining room will watch as Fitz's eyes roll back in their head and they slump completely, not moving and not breathing. Fitz.
supposed to be breathing now.
Yes. Fitz. You find yourself inside of a room. It's dark. You are there with only one other person. You see that they look to be somewhat familiar to you, as they've been described to you by the other people. They are a individual with brown curly hair. They're looking at you. And it looks like the soothsayer from back over in Giron. Behind him, you can see that there is what looks to be a large box, like one that would be used to cage up a single person still standing, just hanging from a chain, and it's bound with locks. He looks at you and goes, "So, what is it?"
Didn't really expect a potion to work like this, but we just decided on like the path of the box, right? Okay. We were curious about the path that the boxes will take. We found one on well, we didn't find. There was one on Royce.
I know,
roof. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about because
Sorry.
you know what you're talking about.
Yes.
So, you want to know what's going to happen with it, where it's going to go, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, let me change this music real quick.
Oh, good. Radio in here. That's cool.
You know, I'm surprised you managed to find that potion. I made them long time ago. I didn't think other people were going to still find them, but it's very interesting you did.
Technically, I personally didn't find it. It's Darius, and she didn't tell anyone about it.
No, you all found it. You and your
Oh,
sword.
generally, got it. Yeah.
I like making potions once upon a time.
Do it again?
No.
Okay.
Right now, I'm a soothsayer.
Right now.
Right now. One day I'll go back in my box. He kind of looks back at the one that's hanging from the ceiling behind him. I'll be different then. But right now, I'm a soothsayer.
Why do you have a box? I wasn't going to ask because it seemed impolite, but it's really just an elephant in the room. Why do you have a box?
I don't know. I didn't want myself to know. I didn't want myself to know what I want, what I need. I wanted to let myself just become something else. At least that's what I think I did.
Terrifying. The unknown.
Sure. But right now, I think you've got something more important that you wanted to see. You have the little piece of me inside of you. So now, let's show you. And you'll just put one hand on your head. Let me see if this song is going to sound good.
Like thinking there's like an awkward moment before things get going where it's just like, so is this what do we
no. He places his hand on your head and suddenly your vision changes. It's 2:54 in the morning. Leaden, ornate boxes have been loaded into carts, hidden below blankets and sheets, guarded by men armed to hold off armies, shadowed with pale-skinned individuals with bright blue, ashen eyes, shifting their form so that they can hide their true appearance. They follow behind the carts so that they lead their final destination, wherever they may be. And then it changes again, and it's 2:54 in the morning again. 12 people sit around a stone table embossed with link rings. 12 of varying race, gender, age, and opinion, as their voices raise and debate the fate of the boxes and the lumps of flesh inside that sit in front of them on this large raised plinth. One man, a voice of reason, older and dwarven, keeps advising caution to keep them separated, to treat them like the weapons and the dangers that they are. Another has a different plan in mind. It's 2:54 in the morning. 11 are dead, one still lives. A cutthroat through and through, he smothered the voices of reason to allow his idolatry to reign over an empty hall. And he watches as the lumps of meat that he pulled out of their boxes begin to knit themselves back together right in front of him. His Lord, his Master, his God of gods starts to stir. It's 2:54 in the morning. A cacophony reigns outside. The screaming and gnashing of hundreds with the dawning of the understanding finally showing them exactly where they stand, exactly what they are, exactly who they are. Stumbling outdoors, your eyes are brought towards the viscera of dozens. Heroes, one and all, now broken and ruined at the feet of a behemoth of a once man. Broken antlers, cracked blades, skulls split at the jaw. The color blue is now red, red, red. The behemoth of leather skin, taut muscle, and razor-like teeth beholds the mewling masses, mourning their fallen idols, and sees only one thing: food. Through the mad flurry of images and thoughts and voices and everything, you begin to understand a little more. There is a group that is trying to assemble the thing in the box. If the boxes are allowed to get back together, it will result in eventually one of those 12 people trying to kill the rest and forcibly assemble what's in the box. And at that point, you're fucked.
Do I come back to the room with the soothsayer, or do I just like wake up?
You're back in the room with the soothsayer. And you see that he sits there in front of you, seeming a little bit more whole, a little bit more full, a little bit more like himself, though you never knew him. And he looks at you and goes, "There you go. A taste of what it's like to be me."
Is that constant for you? Or
Yes.
Wow. I'm sorry. that you have to deal with that, because that was terrible, anxiety-inducing, awful. There's a lot of words I could use to describe the feeling of that, but none of them are good. I don't know if you can answer. Do you know exactly what's in the boxes?
The first of a plague that has been on your world forever. The origin of the desire to drink blood and eat flesh and steal away minds and memories and thoughts and emotions. It is the first. And it can't be killed, just separated.
Right.
You need to wake up now, though. Your friends are getting concerned, and you've been dead for a minute or two.
Again?
And he'll put his hand back on your face.
Fitz.
I feel like Fitz will just lay there for a second more like,
I feel a pulse again.
I'm fine. You said I was dead?
Yeah, you stopped breathing and didn't. Yep. Like you had a pulse, but it was like.
That's concerningly slow. I really thought you were gonna stop at 1 there.
No.
So bad news and bad news.
Great.
Oh.
I saw a terrible future in which the boxes are all put back together and the thing inside of them comes to life again, and it's impossible to kill and it will all be dead.
What?
Alright.
What's in the box?
The first. The plague.
Is that?
That's been here forever, and is really there was blood, lust, and flesh, and he wanted to everyone was. It's basically turning people into like people soup.
So like a vampire?
The first vampire.
Yeah.
It would make sense that a descendant of a vampire hunter would have a piece of the first vampire.
Could you guys give me
under
1
Dawn.
second?
Are you gonna go into a room and go?
Yes.
The same room that wasn't soundproof from the things. He's walking down. Moment.
Technically, we all kind of predicted this.
Yeah,
be fair-
unfortunately, Jess was the one that came up with it first, unfortunately.
Not only did I come up with it first, I came up with it pretty much immediately when we found out it was a lead box.
You're like,
Yep.
piece of vampire. I'm calling it.
So you mean to tell me a group are stealing boxes so they could assemble a what is it again? The first
The
or
first
something?
vampire.
The first
The
vampire.
first vampire to kill people?
Basically just to unleash him on the world.
Fitz, where's your book?
Always on me. Also, it was
so
on a
Fitz-
cart being carried by chain
So
things.
Fitz, you would know that's not what they all have in mind.
Mhm.
That's what one of them has in mind. The rest want to hold on to them and use them as like a threat to say, hey, we have this and we will use it.
Do you know what the 12 looked like?
Their faces were like obscured.
Yeah, the face is obscured.
That's,
one of
It's boring
them-
if I ruined that.
Yeah.
One of them is a betrayal amongst.
it doesn't matter.
group.
They all want to use it. They want to
Yeah,
use
they
it
all
as a
have
threat.
Not great.
And if you want to use it
motivations.
as a threat, you're probably not a good person.
But that means the one person assembled it.
If it gets assembled, it's really, really bad for us. And I mean the general us, as in the population.
Personally, I don't like any of these 12 people in general.
But I agree with you, Fizzy, because they've all got just terrible motivations. There is one that is significantly worse than the others.
Obviously, yes.
And
yes.
in the vision, he killed the rest of them.
The 12 of them?
So are there 12 boxes or just? I
12
can't
people.
remember. We
12
counted before. How many boxes were there? I don't remember.
Of each part, the head, body,
10.
arm.
There were 10.
Oh,
Okay. And we know they know where at least 3 are.
but
What's
we
up?
don't know how many they have right now.
That's the problem. What's up,
I
Fizzy?
think we should try and see if maybe there's a way of finding these 12 people.
12 powerful, shady people.
Or one of the boxes. If they were able to get it to a place where they couldn't reach, wouldn't be able to bring them all together.
Also, to be fair, we know one shady, powerful person.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in on it. I have a bias against him already. So
Oh, look, I don't like Amador, but I don't even think this is his level.
jump to conclusions. God.
But it might be worth having him look into it.
Do you think you could? Could you? This is a Jill
around?
question. This is a Jill question.
Jill question?
This is a Jill question.
Yeah.
Could you use locate person?
It's too far.
Okay. I was gonna say on the first vampire, and then you just get like
No.
10 things.
Okay, creature. But the problem is, I think it would be, I guess
The lead
technically,
boxes, though.
it would be object,
Yeah.
and object doesn't work through lead boxes. It's
What
a good
if-
idea. but
Hear me
unfortunately-
out.
Can you imagine like an iPhone tracker of the
Actually-
body?
Air tags on
Got
each of
it.
the boxes.
Actually,
Locate object lead box. It's not going through the lead.
It's technically true,
it-
yes.
technically true, but it would only identify the closest of such things. And lead boxes are very common in most any magic shop or
I think
That-
like.
These
Is
are
another
very-
problem.
I think we should turn this into a futuristic campaign, and we should create satellite dishes, and we should send the spell to a satellite dish and have it reflect back on the planet and have air tags.
I'll take your note. I'll take
Thank
your critique.
As in the suggestion box.
And maybe we can microchip one of the lumps of flesh next time.
Yeah, when we find one, we just put a little microchip in there. It tells us its owner's name and address, and so if it ever gets picked up and gets scanned, we can just take it home.
I don't want anybody
least-
adopting it.
No.
At least we know a little idea what Roy was storing underneath that thing.
And he knew it was there.
Yeah.
But they stole it from him.
He was probably originally a part of that 12 and didn't want to come to the table.
Either that or his, as it was pointed out, his ancestor was quite the famous vampire hunter.
Considering Kaz does have his stake.
I forgot I have it.
But we do have confirmation now that the changelings are involved in this as well.
So if we take out the thing causing the changelings, it'll at least slow down the progression.
At least.
Wow.
Dang it. I wish I were a 5th level. 5th level spells.
But it does explain how they would be getting the boxes a bit easier with people who could shapeshift. Take the shape of someone who was meant to be there and or not meant to be there and serving as a red herring. Do you think that the police would take future vision as evidence?
Unfortunately, no.
Gosh.
However, I do believe an individual would listen to us and at least let us follow that avenue. I don't think we can put it on a police report, but I think that police lieutenant?
Captain.
Captain. I doubted myself. That's my fault. I was thinking captain, but I was doubting it. I think the captain at this point would believe us. He just wouldn't be able to do anything with it. He might be able to do some bureaucracy and delay the trial a little bit more.
I know that we said that. I want to say Avaro, which is not right. Amador. Amador is. We think he might be trustworthy. Maybe. I mean, I can find out if he is.
he might be able to give us a tip of who might want
I
to
can
do
ask if we go to him if he'll be able to help us in the next 7 days.
I don't know if he's trustworthy, but he doesn't want society to come crashing down upon itself.
I know. I'm saying he might not even have useful information. My thing is, I can see if I can use divination. Not now because I don't have it prepared, but I can use divination and like ask if we go to him in the next 7 days, will he be able to help us? Because it has to be within the next 7 days.
Guys, this is why we're being hunted. Because we would be the only people that could make the connections back to this that aren't involved. Because we're the only ones who know.
About
We would have known the location of the red herring. And considering one of us is an investigator, one of us is a wizard apprentice, another one is a criminal, a fae being, another
I
criminal.
don't know that.
a grandma.
No, you are one of the two criminals.
I'm not a criminal anymore.
That
A
seems like
reformed criminal.
that seems like a pretty varied group that could start sniffing around stuff they don't want sniffed around. Especially
It might-
considering we solved the case.
But why were we? Wouldn't someone like Amador be more likely to be a target for this as someone who was literally business partners with Roy? Why wouldn't he be targeted, but we were?
Amador was being used. Quickest way to get to the rooftop that wasn't someone who knew was up there is to kill the person who was doing it. And they
Cause a mass distraction of having to solve the case.
Amador must have been manipulated.
Either that or hear me out.
It was just a really happy coincidence.
No, I still think there's something fishy about him. I don't trust him.
That's fair. That's what
He's
Fizzy's
in on
extremely
it.
biased. I'm extremely
he's-
biased.
Or he's in on it. It's
Yeah.
the other option.
Fizzy? Do you have the stuff to do divination?
I can buy it.
Okay.
It's not that hard. I just gotta
So
buy
we-
a bunch of crystals.
We need to figure out what Amador's deal is, because that might be the link of why we were being hunted.
Mr. Fitz. Mr. Fitz. This is Rizzy speaking.
Yeah.
Yes, Rizzy?
There appears to be a familiar face up ahead on the road going to Hargrack.
Is it Hadrien?
Yes, it appears to be the carpenter that you met some time ago.
It's good to know that he's alive.
He was the missing link. His family was the ones who hid the box in the first place, they were.
Yeah. Hadrian's the only surviving member of the family that did that.
Lovely timing. You say we pull over? Maybe bring him inside.
It wouldn't be the first time we brought a weirdo into our apartment. No
Kidnap
offense, wherever
Hadrian.
Max is.
Don't even stop the cart. Open the door.
Well,
Remember
but-
us?
No, because your face is different.
Different.
But you have the mask.
Rot
He,
died,
he actually never saw your face. He only saw your mask. That you no longer have that one, but you have the one he made.
I wore a mask, but I got better. I got cured of mask.
No,
No,
actually,
I
you
got
it.
more mask. I got a mask shot and I took the mask off. Mask on, mask off.
Mask on, mask off.
Sorry.
Sorry. Apply directly to forehead.
ADHD.
There is a reason you two are close friends.
What?
You share the same jokes and brain cells.
Apply directly to forehead.
God damn it.
Head
I
on.
will
Head
also
on.
point out that Amador was a past Stoneheart, and right now the Stonehearts aren't looked at very kindly.
No.
and I'm not as inclined to distrust Amador like y'all are, but
We should look into the Stone Hearts.
we should look into that.
Oh my god.
Either
Because-
they
Because if Fitz's vision is true, then some of this is politically motivated.
What if that's also why the Queen died?
The
I'm thinking the same thing.
Thornhurst?
No,
No.
the Queen in
No,
the North.
oh, the actual. Yeah.
The Dwarven Queen.
That person
Oh.
that we semi-work with that got pinned for treason.
Yeah, the old quartermaster. I think
Was he
it
a Stoneheart?
No,
No.
but he was framed. That's why he was on the run. He was framed for
Somebody's
something.
trying to uproot all of the political systems and cause.
By bringing a vampire back to life.
Someone wants.
Or make it
something
bring the
out of
vampire back.
these Political
Hey.
systems.
If we to Amador, can't we ask? What was it? I don't remember that guy's name. The dwarf guy.
Oh, the quartermaster. It's in our notes somewhere.
Yeah, can't we talk to him instead? I'm inclined to trust him.
Oh, you mean Erasmus?
Yes,
That's it.
him.
Because
I would agree. I would trust him.
I would rather trust him over Amador currently.
the only political system that's not currently in chaos is the South. Because let's think about it. The North just lost the political leader. The thieves have lost the queen and have someone that we can't even we don't know who's in charge anymore.
I think maybe whoever's in charge of Thornhurst is somehow involved.
Possible. Who's
we
the new
Head of the family.
head of the family might be.
I think it's only this continent.
Well,
That's going to
Probably
cause
not,
that
because the-
destruction.
the effects would be far-reaching.
Let's see if the
Yeah.
book knows.
I love that we always mime cutting the hand, aka the worst
I
possible
know.
place you could possibly cut.
I
It's got
know.
so many nerve
Yeah.
endings. Yeah.
No, no.
No.
Across the street and down the road.
No.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Whoa.
You don't want to know why I know that.
You don't want to know why I know that.
Middle school
I
was
know
a
that
dark
because of
time.
cyberbullying. Not.
I was friends with too many people who went through a dark time in middle school.
It was a bad
It was a bad time. To be fair, one of our friends was cutting all the way in high school.
Like on the arm, just like
Yeah. I'm putting almost my full hit points. I'm putting 35 in.
I'll throw in 25.
What are we asking?
Simple. Anything it knows about the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first, it's one of the dimensions in
There
Final
it is.
Fantasy, and
I was
you know
waiting.
where the crystal tower is, and also
Anything it.
First,
Unfortunately,
also the thing about it, I know the first term is also vampire related, so this whole thing is very funny. It's like a thing from Buffy.
Quick side note. I can't believe the first is actually Jesus Christ. Because he's no, Connor. Listen, he has 12 disciples. One of them betrays the rest.
you made Jesus in your dream.
Jesus!
and he
he's
can't
coming
be
back to
killed.
life?
He only
Not only
comes
that-
back.
Oh God, no!
Is what
Resurrection.
If
No.
anything, this is supposed to be like a subtle reference to Cain, like the first, like from
Hey,
Vampire
Connor.
Masquerade. But like, I guess
you
I
made
did.
Jesus.
I made
Connor.
Jesus.
Kane.
To be-
Kane
to
for
be
First-
fair-
for Vampire Masquerade. What do you
To be
think
fair,
Kane
that-
is?
No. It's so
Yeah.
in
Kane
Vampire the
evil?
I know where it's from, Becca. But so in Vampire the Masquerade, Cain is the first vampire.
Yeah, Connor, can I also point out that all of his followers must, in fact, be Catholics, since they are drinking the blood and eating the flesh.
Yeah. Well, we all know that Jesus was the first zombie.
Yeah,
This is true.
Why not make him the first?
Connor, you made Jesus and the 12 disciples.
I made Jesus and the 12 disciples. I didn't
You
think I
did
was
that.
gonna do this.
You didn't realize you did it, but you
This
did
is
it. You
all an
incidentally created
allegory to Catholicism. It's
Quick
very
note.
intentional.
If you saw me pick up my phone earlier, I was Googling.
Catholicism?
I know, I was Googling to make sure I was remembering correct that
you
there
had
was
to look
12.
up how many disciples there were.
I was making sure I was correct. Because
was
technically
only-
this... No, technically
was-
this 13.
And I
It's
brought
technically
you
13,
murder.
yes.
That's why I was checking.
Murder.
Judas! No!
No!
That's what I was checking, motherfucker. I couldn't remember if they counted Judas as one of them or not. No, they took him off the canon.
He's not on the roster.
He's not a canon disciple anymore.
I
He's
mean-
a fanon disciple. This is my fan disciple.
I know you're making the joke, but technically that is the correct terminology in
I'm
this.
making a disciple OC.
I mean,
Judas
I mean,
is
you
the
wanna talk
Pluto
about-
of disciples.
I mean, what you want to talk about fanon for Christianity? Just look at Dante's Inferno. That's basically fanon for Christianity. It just got adapted into canon.
I think that we should get to design the 12 people that are working there,
No.
and I think that we should all get to make our own disciple OCs.
No.
Can I play the betrayer?
No, we have to have
No.
it's actual Judas. It's
Judas.
It's actually
No.
just Judas Iscariot.
Why do you remember the last name?
I remember because
So I don't know because of the song. I may be a bad Catholic, but I was baptized Catholic. I do remember a little bit.
Wait, you were Catholic?
Yeah, I was baptized Catholic.
He's Irish.
Yeah,
We
I,
are so
Irish
off
Catholic.
Oh, yeah, he is. To be fair, I'm also Irish. We weren't Catholic.
I almost got baptized once.
We were Baptists.
Francis. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's
Okay.
true.
That's
I
fair.
have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, it's about Catholicism.
About the game. That we
I want to know if this whole. Remember the poem from the
Oh!
I literally, it's on my phone right now.
I want to know if it's connected because
It has
one
to
of them said hidden, locked away. Technically, the body parts are locked away, mind you.
Stuck,
and one
jailed.
is a betrayal.
And hidden from light of day. Pariah, bone now locked away, stuck, jailed, and hidden from light of day.
One is a traitor.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Pariahs
god.
are outcasts.
The traitor child, they plot a downfall, but just a puppet, they fail to see all. That
Yeah.
puppet of the first, maybe. Doctor, what of your dues? Think of your family and of their blues? That part, I don't know how that part fits in with the vampires,
The
but I still
baby
think...
blues, the
Now,
Ooh.
I'm a little concerned.
Remember
Are they-
in your. Go ahead, Jolly. Sorry.
I am more concerned. Are they gonna get Shay to somehow assemble these parts?
No, because it does it together. I think, like on its own.
Does it together? Okay.
it's
It
on
said
its
that
own.
was
It was, they put them next to each other and it was regenerating automatically.
Okay, so it would regenerate by itself.
Which is why they have to be locked in
Mhm.
boxes.
Can I make a point of the blue thing? There was a part in the vision where blue turned to red,
It's the eyes, yeah.
so maybe it has
So-
to do with that.
Okay, hold on, let me just read the rest of this. The father hunts his wanting progeny, a brazen reaper for his family. The traitor child, they plot a downfall, just blah, 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 and I read the rest already. So the first two lines, the father hunts his wanting progeny, is the father the first?
I don't know. I feel like that poem still has to do with the family and not.
I don't know.
I don't
We're
know.
getting thrown off by the use of like familial terms.
Yeah.
What if
Father,
the guy-
family.
What if the one who's gonna betray the 12 is of the family?
That would make
Possible.
sense because
Mhm.
that would have criminal background.
Because we were
Yeah.
already thinking that there's possibly a traitor in there, and it would make sense that they would be doing this thing. Like this is the only thing that I can think of right now that would be more appealing to a criminal family member of the family to go for, as opposed to just staying with a lucrative business.
Which is also probably how we got Frame.
Because
Perhaps.
they were going for the box.
And the part of the quote unquote prophecy that mentions being a puppet, a traitor and a puppet or whatever, maybe they're being told that once these boxes come together, the end result won't be bad and will in fact elevate them some way.
Maybe they think they
But
can
they're-
control the first, or the first will listen to reason and reward him
But-
for.
They are a puppet and they are failing to see all.
I have an idea. Do you think that if there's someone in the family kind of controlling this, they might be looking for other scapegoats for other boxes. If they find Swear or other people like him who are sent to undown these types of people, then if there are any of them that are also innocent, we might find leads as to where all other boxes are or were.
I need a phone.
What are you
And
gonna
we
do
are.
with the phone?
We'll call the Secret Service in the South and ask if there are any cases that they can pull of breaking and entering where nothing is considered stolen except for something that was containing something being broken. Similar to the case of what happened at the Reyes estate. Nothing else was stolen but the box.
I would recommend perhaps we are heading towards a city that's likely to have a phone.
Yeah.
Maybe keep your conversation with a Secret Service of the South just a bit quiet.
Technically, he's an investigator, so like,
Yes, but he is still from the South and is part of the
yeah,
and we are in the North and
Yeah.
sort of bitterly feuding.
I'll be quiet.
For the best.
And until we know if we can trust Amador or not, there's no way to investigate it in the North. If we can find out he's trustworthy, we can have him look into it as, you know, a judge. But until we know for sure, there's no way to look into that here.
We do have a contact in the north that owes us quite a bit. Remember that minor politician?
Mm. I don't want to put him at risk again, though. We already did it once.
It might not put him at risk, but he might know more about the politics there, and we wouldn't have that same fear of trying to go through Amador.
I'm not sure how much of this would help, but I'll also I'll ask my dad if he has any ideas. And oh my god, I haven't told my dad.
Do you want me to cast sending and get him to contact you?
Fitz is gone. He's in his room writing a letter, just in desperate chicken scratch of like, I'm alive.
Darius is gonna rush incant a sending spell to Fitz's dad and say, please contact your son.
I died again, but I came back fast this time because I saw a vision of the future and it's
Fitz,
oh,
I've been told by a voice in my head that I should check on you. How are you doing?
I was just writing a letter. I'm alive again. Everything's fine. But I did just die for a second again. I saw a vision of the future. That was weird. We were in the Underdark.
And this is gonna cut off at some point.
It's just rambles for a minute of like, I went to the Underdark and there was a fountain and there were these people down there. They didn't really have souls and there was a torso centipede.
Well, it's good to hear that you're doing well. I already did hear from Zandi that you're feeling better and that the curse was lifted. She did say that you were probably going to see me at some point, so I wasn't worried.
That's fair. Anything about shady people? Maybe 12 of them? That's really vague. I'm sorry. It's been a really long day.
I'm not aware of 12 shady people, no. I can try poking around and see if I can find anything.
For the best, they are trying to bring back the first vampire, the first vampire. Rent the world asunder. Ooh.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll tell you what I can find out.
Thank you! Also, I have a new spell. And Fitz is gonna cast the treasure, like the box spell that he has and send the letter that he was writing to his dad.
Oh.
One-way mailbox! That's what I was saying. Anyway. See you later!
Bye.
Oh my god. Everything's fine. My dad wasn't about it. Zandy told him.
Anyways.
Feel about that. Anyway.
And you're not better about that in any way.
No, of course not.
Insight check? Not even needed.
The stink. Fitz can't control his face.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's the stankiest stank face you've ever seen in your life.
So, for now, let's focus on getting the changelings out of this. If we can get the changelings we can slow down this process.
Chain reaction.
Yeah.
Yes, if we find out where the changelings are transporting things, we'll find, and then, go from there.
Another thought, as we're approaching that Hadrien on the road, do you think his family made all the construction projects for all the boxes?
Possible.
And that's the reason why they kept ending up with mysterious accidents and people going missing.
Entirely possible. Because the only people that know where something is are the people who built it.
Does that mean Hadrian's in danger?
They very well
From
could
the
be.
very start, most likely.
Let's roll up next to him going slow. Hey, need a ride!
We kind of figured that not long after we saw him on the road.
Oh yeah. We haven't seen him since we figured it out. Actually, real quick. So we're going here because this is where the pharmacy manufacturing company is, right? Hey, Kaz.
If you hear hammering, I'm sorry, but yes.
Ruben's working on something in here. He's really into woodworking right now. I can't explain it.
No, Ruben, the square peg does not go in the circle hole.
That's right. The square hole.
Do you know what corporate espionage is?
Ruben makes sustained eye contact with Tana as he puts every single block into the square hole and not in the proper one.
The espionage, what was it? The
Corporate espionage?
Do I have to roll for that?
No. This is more of a thing that it's a real thing in real life where basically people will be part of a company and steal information from a company. So that it can be given to a competitor, typically.
To a competitor?
Yep.
In real life, I don't know what that means. So
Yeah.
I was like, what does
like
that
another
mean?
company. It'd be like, you know how I work with that refrigeration company? I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want people to know where I work.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like if I stole information from the company I work for and then go to a different refrigerator company and sell the information to them. That's
Somebody
corporate
finds
espionage.
Coca-Cola's secret recipe and sells it to Pepsi.
Yep.
It's Plankton's entire personality.
Here's the thing. I don't think Kaz would know about corporate espionage, but she has a feature that should allow her to find a contact in the city we're going to.
I
Yeah,
also...
true.
No.
That's kind of the point. I'm wondering if there's someone inside the company that we can use as a point of contact to get in.
Find
Are you?
Plankton in the city.
So,
Form an alliance.
do you want me to find a person with intel or Fisher? Is that what are you asking?
I mean, you could find there could be both, honestly.
Mhm.
It could be one and the same. A Fisher that works in the company. I would not be surprised if there's at least one.
Yeah.
Saying that out of character, in character, Fizzy has no fucking clue.
Busy's like, why would a fisherman work at a medication company? I don't...
Because you can hit it from the criminal underground side, and I can go rub shoulders and rub elbows with... Yeah, I
You're
know.
gonna give them a massage?
Huh?
No, rub elbows as in, like, I
Maybe give him a massage if things go well.
the title detective and the fact that I'm a private eye gives me some ground. So I can go to the more professional channels. You can go to the more of the skeezy channels, and we can figure out what can be found about the factory before we try to do anything.
I'm pretty sure Fizzy and I could probably get in asking for a tour. We've never seen anything like it.
Like, really good distraction. I was gonna say, actually, me and Tana are very good distractions if you need it.
Izzy and Tana stopping at a literal clock on the wall and going, "Oh, what is that?"
Yeah, that will be good once we know
Fizzy
enough
can-
about the factory.
Fizzy can read and Tana doesn't know about time, so...
It's not only
The
that.
entire concept behind the clock to me.
It's not only that. It's also the fact that, like,
You both look weird.
yeah,
Because
You
my
can
thought
surprise-
process, if Kaz's informant can get us a map, my informant might be able to get us an inn. And then you two can act as distractions so we can go to the parts that my informant can't get us to.
You could be distractions, but not just asking for a tour. Maybe asking for a sort of capitalistic alliance between perhaps the Feywild and this medicine company, and the Underdark and this medicine company.
There's no money in the Feywild, it's all a barter system.
I
Buddy,
understand that,
no,
but you
hold
have
on.
to pretend.
Hold on, hold on. I want to see if I'm wise.
With gold.
I want to see if I'm wise enough to figure this out.
Giant gold bars that we
Nope.
trade. They're
Never mind. I was gonna
huge.
say something not smart enough.
But at least two of us get information. One an inn, one a map. You two, once we're in, can cause a distraction so we can get to the secret parts.
I have a question
Yeah.
out of character. So, the way that changelings look when they're in their, like, plain, like, not anything form, like their original form.
Mhm.
This is gonna be a weird one. Does Fizzy look anything like a changeling? Could
No.
she pass as a
Well,
changeling?
okay, so passing as a changeling, yes, but
But
Any of the stuff they can do, though.
one, she can't do those things. Two, there's a very notable thing that changelings have that Fizzy doesn't, and that's the ear notches.
okay.
And they're physical, like notches in their ear that are just
Right.
they're natural. They're
I was
like that
just
from
thinking
birth.
of like, we have a very pale drow, and there are changelings that are very pale.
See, Fizzy might be able to at least get like a second glance.
Yeah, for someone who's not that familiar with change, probably hold up a ruse for a little bit.
Does anyone have locate person?
Can get it. I mean, I just need to go to sleep.
I know it.
I can. Yeah. I just have to sleep, and I can.
I
Have
think
it
either you. I think Asha may also have it.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
he has
I definitely
locate
have it.
object. I don't know about person.
I believe I do. Hold on. Okay.
Because I know someone who's missing, who's a changeling.
You sure do.
I know two people who are
Yep,
missing
I get it.
changelings.
I get it. So.
And one of them's more likely to be in the city than the other. Because what use is a child?
Child.
No.
No.
What's worse?
I don't think they can put my kid to work like they could my partner.
Oh God, I hope not.
If they do, I'm going to burn all of them alive. And I will listen to those screams echo through all of Hells.
Just a model for Baby Gap. One stop shop.
You got Jill with that one. Hey Jill,
What?
you okay?
No!
Regardless, let's grab Hadrien before we continue planning, because he might have stuff that can help us with planning.
Will not say too much around him, so that way he's not suddenly being chased after.
And Darius is going to lean out the window and go, "Hey!" You want to ride?
Oh, sure. I will take a ride.
I'm gonna take a ride
And
on
as
the
she-
train track.
As she closes the window, she looks at Fitz and goes, "You answer the door."
You know who I am. He's gonna be like, oh, that's a cart full of strangers.
To be fair, if you talk, he will know who you are. You have a very distinct voice.
Reintroduce yourself. You were wearing a mask before.
You no longer
Now I
ride.
get to see your beautiful, handsome little face.
You're Fitz.
I don't want to.
Darius is holding Fitz in front of the door and opens the door with Fitz standing there.
He's right behind Fitz. Like...
Are you guys going to push me out? Hello.
No, but you're the only one who actually talked to him for an extended amount of time.
It was
Fauna also did. But
Tana also did, but
extended. I
Yeah.
talked to the kid. I was getting.
he made you a mask.
while I was sleeping. This is
Oh,
happening
okay.
while the door is
Oh,
open
yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's like I just hello.
Oh, hello. It's you are Fitz, correct?
I am, but I was wrong the last time we met.
Well, I
No,
heard the
not.
shouting, so
Yeah,
I
it's-
figured you are Fitz now. Well, you look nice without the mask.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Still have the mask. You made me never wore it because I was too scared it was gonna get broken, and I like it very much.
Well, that is fine to hear. Normally it's good to hear that the mask is still in shape.
Hey, please come in.
Well, sure, I can do so.
Smack me.
What is it? Out of curiosity, it was, I did not expect to see you all.
I mean, we were just passing through.
We
How'd you
are-
run into?
We are actually on our way to Hardcrack.
Well, that is fitting. I am on the same way as well, so if you are willing to provide a ride, I would not say no.
No, we lit you onto our cart and are gonna kick you out immediately.
That's kind of what we did last time, so.
No, we took him where he was going. We just
We-
dropped him.
we-
Dead
Well-
for the night.
we took him as far as where the paths split.
Yes,
Yes.
you took me as far as you could. That is fine. Just
Have
be
you
So-
had
expected.
Have you had any work since the last time we saw you?
Oh yes, I've had some work. I have done small jobs for people, and I have assisted where I could.
Hadrien,
Yes.
first of all, Darius. Second
Nice
of
to meet
all, trying to figure out how to ask this tactfully.
This is taking a while.
I know I'm trying to be tactful because I keep getting told I'm too blunt.
Well, then Tana's just gonna interrupt you and say, we have a few questions about your Devereux family. And then she's gonna
Alright.
gesture to Darius.
Cool. So all of your family has died tragically, right?
Well,
Can't just ask people that.
yes.
That's what I meant by tactful.
There certainly have been some tragic deaths in my family. Yes, I would say so.
Were they all working around the same jobs, or
Well, it varies. My mother, she died of natural causes, but I believe it was made worse after my father was killed. We worked on various jobs. It varies though.
how old were you?
I was not particularly old at the time. Yeah,
Were
I
you
was-
capable
I
of
was in-
working?
Yes, I was in my 20s.
Do you have a lot of unfortunate accidents around you?
It feels like it sometimes, a bit.
Did you help with the construction on the roof of the Reyes estate?
No, I was not old enough for that. My father wanted to handle the work himself, so he handled the work.
Did your family ever do work similar to that? For other powerful families?
I would have to check. I would have to look over what documents that we had. Why are you asking me these things?
Somebody with a better skills at being tactful.
We're investigating something that your family might have gotten caught up in without realizing that could have led to their deaths. And if you were involved personally with any of it, then you would be in danger. And we do not want to die.
Roll persuasion, please, Granny.
Can you get advantage since I was...
Niet.
I get to make a roll this
Can we
session.
get advantage? Because Fitz is just such a charming little guy. He's
Yeah.
sitting off to the side.
Can I get advantage because I'm just a charming little girl?
Because Granny's such
No.
a charming little
What
grandma.
the fuck is that picture?
Don't die. Optional.
Well, it inspired you.
I put that up there like 20 minutes ago and I jump scared Becca
20
with it. Hell yeah!
21 minutes ago.
Don't die.
My notes page open. I've been thinking about this whole time.
You did scare her into a nat 20.
Michelle, please clip that. Thank you.
I don't know, I'll take the nat 20 scare.
I'm scared it so hard it peed and pooped himself and turned it to a
So
nat
great.
20.
What the hell is that picture?
It's a real close up.
Poop out of a rabbit.
Oh my god.
Oh, lovely. Well done, dear.
Oh my god.
I
Nice 20.
I won't lie, I am more than a bit disconcerted by this idea. My father was lynched. It was not terribly long ago after the war had ended. Well, I shouldn't say. It was a fair amount. It was quite a few years, really. But there were still some hard emotions about that, and there were some Stoneheart veterans who were. They didn't take kindly to an elven man taking a job that a dwarven man could do. So they did kill him.
Minutes ago.
Why don't you come sit down?
Chrissy, can we have some tea?
That would be fine. Also, I believe I did mistakenly give the incorrect number. I said 20 years ago. Sorry, he was about 20 when his father died. No. Okay, so in that case, I did do the right number. I apologize. It happened in about 1848. Yes, I'm older than I look. It's the
Most of-
You elf.
How old are you?
Let Connor do math, please. So 20 plus.
Crunching numbers.
Yeah, I have to do the math real quick because I'm not good at this stuff.
It's been 117 years since then.
So I'm about 137. The elven blood is strong in my family. I will likely live for a fairly long time. Also, thank you, Cody. I appreciate the math.
Oh my god. Deus and him are the same age.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit! I didn't even do that on purpose.
I was like, that number sounds familiar. And Adrian's not full elf, right?
Hadrien is half elf.
God damn. That elven blood do be strong.
Yeah.
Are you
I
sure
mean,
you're not like 3/4 elf?
Like,
It's certainly possible, to be honest. My mother was fairer in appearance, but she didn't show any signs of having pointed ears or what have you. And I didn't know my grandparents.
You're the same age as me. And I'm full-blooded.
Elf, yes.
Huh. You look awful young.
I think I still look like I'm in my mid-30s ish.
Yeah, that's how old a full-blooded elf look.
Still have some time until I really start to show my age, I believe.
That's weird. Sorry, no offense.
No, this is fine.
you know which city that project took place in the north?
Well, I didn't say it took place in the north, but you are correct. It did take place there. If I recall, it was a project somewhere near. It was one of the coastal towns.
Hadrien,
Civozelo. No, it was not that coastal. I think it was Vientido, to be honest.
So it was near that big battleground.
Yes, the Cairn Plains. It is a frightening place to go to be honest.
Why did he take the job? Why was he offered the job if it was so far north? Right near an old battleground.
Expertise. My family has specialized in carpentry and building for years. We have hundreds of years to improve our crafts. We can become masters of it.
Anna's gonna briefly tug at Darius's kind of shirt.
Mom?
Bend over and whisper something.
What's up?
Omodai would have accessed all of their public records, and many private ones at that, wouldn't they?
Good.
And he also knew Rhea's family, so he might know where this project was.
That one was not for the Reyes family.
Well, Tana's whispering this to Darius.
Oh, fair enough. I apologize.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
If he knows where this project is, and box is already taken from it, he might be connected somehow. But if he doesn't know about the box, then it's pretty safe to say he isn't one of the people, or else he'd already have it.
True.
We just need to figure out how to get that information from him without giving him that information.
Well, we'll have to figure that out in a little bit. Because I need permission before I do something that might be insensitive. Hadrien,
Yes.
could I speak to your father?
With magic, I presume.
Yeah, I can do seances.
This is, okay, you can do so.
I didn't want to do it without, like, asking. Feels rude.
It would be odd, yes.
I'm wondering if he was lynched for something else. And I want to ask if he knows what happened when he died. I can only ask 3 questions, but I can promise one of those questions to you if you would like.
No, I do not think I care to be around for the conversation. You can speak with him, but I will make myself scarce.
Fair enough. I wanted to give you the opportunity. Because unfortunately, knowing more about your dad and everything with that is going to do might give us some leads.
Yeah, let's go into one of the other rooms. Your clothes could use a bit of mending.
Yes, I suppose they do. I am far from a good seamstress. And Hadrien will walk off with Tana to allow them to mend his clothing, or more
Gonna be a
accurately,
bit
just keep him out of the room.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be, she actually will, but it'll be a bit slower because working on a person is a lot trickier than working on like a dummy.
Cool. I need 3 other people. 1, 2, 3. Cool. We're all gonna hold hands. Busy, I have a very specific question for you.
What's that?
Can I use your tarot cards?
Sure. So hand them over. You'll see they're
Thank you.
very like worn.
That's
Like,
fine.
They're very well loved.
That's fine. She's not being disrespectful with them.
But
Promise. They're not gonna get consumed from use of this spell.
Wow, these burn fast. This is... Whoa!
And this is a ritual spell. So, seance for reference. Also, can I say Hadrien described his dad without?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Hadrien will describe his father. He visually looks a lot like Hadrien, much older, I would
Yeah.
say. Definitely an elf that is wearing his age at that point.
How old is? What was his name?
I don't think I ever gave his name. I never. Behind the name, give me a French name.
You didn't expect me to summon his
Nope.
dad.
Nope. Didn't expect you to summon someone's
Hey
dead
Connor,
dad.
in this game, you should expect the unexpected.
I have a spell that lets me talk to dead people. Of course I'm summoning dead people.
I cast Summon Dilf!
Okay, I'm gonna make it worse. His name is Hubert.
Hubert.
Hubert!
Okay.
Well, if it's French,
It's me, Hubert.
Whatever, Hubert.
But he's definitely an older man. For human equivalent, he'd probably be in his 70s. Definitely like heavy lines on his face, clear signs of aging. Quite up there.
And to give a little bit more context to the group at large. So once I'm done doing that, if the creature is free and willing, it manifests as a ghostly specter. Spell fails if it was the target of the spell within the last 10 days. And until the spell ends, you can ask up to 3 questions of the Spectre. The Spectre knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the Spectre is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy. There's a 5% chance that the spell contacts the wrong spirit. One which will answer questions untruthfully or ambiguously. So, let me just do a D100 roll.
Of all the times for you to do luck rolls and not nat 1.
So what do you need to get on your D100 for it to be good?
Anything above a 5.
Yeah, just don't get a 5 or lower.
Okay,
You're fine.
good.
Oh,
You're fine.
thank
Oh, cool.
God.
I was really waiting for it to be like,
Well, if that 7 was a 0.
But Darius has her book open in her lap, and the cards are spread out in the center of all 4 of us. Or 5 if Kaz also wants to hold hands.
join the circle.
You're not involving me in this cult shit.
Yeah, this is anti-witchcraft.
I would,
She's wearing a Hellwalker set and is like, nah, fuck you.
And she has a familiar that is literally a demon summoned from
Yeah.
a
Is
statue.
Ruben holding our hands?
does Ruben want to hold hands?
I think Ruben is watching.
I think you have to
Little, like,
hold.
pinkies.
You have to hold Ruben back.
Ruben,
Let me at-
Ruben will have a candle that he is holding in his hand. A lit candle.
Oh.
He's
That's
helping.
probably kind of dangerous for
Yeah.
Ruben to have.
But we
Not
will.
this familiar.
It's a 10-minute ritual spell, so we're gonna be sitting here for 10 minutes while Darius chants.
Oh no.
You've watched me dance in front of like my this nothing.
You guys can talk to each other while I'm doing the ritual part, but
You come, you're on.
Izzy has crumped for 10 minutes straight. This is nothing.
It's true.
No, she's doing the goth kids bridge dancing.
We're accurate.
But after the 10 minutes is up, she'll say, "I summon you, Hubert."
Hubert.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bah.
You will watch as what condensation exists in the cart begins to condense and form itself into a vague humanoid form of a misty, kind of pale white figure of an older elven man. And even with the lack of detail from the moisture making up his body, you can see the clear signs of a rope mark around his neck.
Were you killed for taking on a construction project in the north?
Yes.
Was it related to the construction project you took for the Reyes estate?
Tangentially, yes.
Fitz will lean over to Darius like, should we ask if he knew about the lead boxes?
Do you know about the lead boxes content?
Just that were put in. Did you put any?
Did you put any other lead boxes in your construction projects?
No, but I was provided exact instructions.
That's 3. So all of these construction projects that were tangentially related, he was all given explicit instruction on how to do it. So I think Hadrien's family is in fact the ones who built all the places to store the lead boxes. If not all of them, at least more than one.
So we need to find their paperwork.
Yeah, by the way, the Spectre's gone now.
Yeah.
Can I say when
will
when he
vanish.
goes, it also blows out the candle Rupert is holding?
Yes.
Rupert?
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 Rupert.
Ruben.
That's
Cuban
the
and
true name
Ruben.
of Ruben.
Repair.
But the candle does go out that he's holding.
I do like to imagine he would eat a bit of the candle wax for some reason.
You
I
would
mean,
just try
it's
it. Just try
it smells like fresh oranges.
He smells incense! This is... he can't
He
consume this if he wants
He also
to.
can't really die that way.
Yeah,
I feel like he would just enjoy it. He'd be like,
it's like gum.
you ever eaten those
The-
little wax
bottles?
Wax bottles?
Yeah.
You just chew
Yeah.
on them.
Get candles, the forbidden taffy.
True.
As long as it's not a soy candle.
Uh,
Soy candles have a terrible texture.
they do.
I thought you were gonna say
Hard.
taste it. I was like, why do you know?
Well, you know this.
Okay, to be fair, a candle is probably gonna taste like whatever chemicals we put in it to make it the color and smell.
Paraffins and
Mostly
dyes.
paraffin.
Although
Bad
natural ones
taste.
would either be beeswax or boiled down lye.
Probably.
Does beeswax
Um,
taste good?
I mean, you can chew it when you're eating honeycomb.
Yep.
Some
Yeah,
people
beeswax is
use it
fine.
as like a natural gum while they're chewing honey.
Beeswax is totally fine.
By the way,
That's the
Darius
game.
does Darius does very carefully put Fizzy's deck back together to make sure they're all in the like a nice consistent order and none of them got damaged during the spell before handing them back.
I like to think that as he put them in this nice, concise order, by the time they're back in Fizzy's hand, they're reshuffled.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. Darius knows the points of tarot cards.
The fates.
But she also didn't want to just leave them there, get up and walk away. It would be really rude. And while she is rude,
Do what little kids do, put all the cards out and go. Shove them, be like, there you go.
52 card pickup.
so it does seem like Hadrien's family was directly involved with the construction of the storage spots. If they have any paperwork, it might lead us at least to one or two other locations.
And if we can get those,
We can get them off continent.
I'm so nervous that in my mind, I think if we get one, we can prevent them from
Doing anything.
putting them back together. But what if we get like the left foot and his entire rest of his body is put back together?
Yeah,
True.
Is that enough to stop
Like,
them?
Again,
We need to find like his torso or head.
The question is, where would we put it once we found it? I mean, I have a suggestion, but I don't know how viable of an option it is.
That's a
We do
fair
have
point.
a-
Hey, Jolly,
Yeah,
can you do me a favor?
yeah.
Roll me a d20 on Foundry.
Cool,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Also,
A 2.
Thank you.
Okay. No, ominous.
Hey, the last time we were asked to roll a natural 20, it was a 1, and we went on whitewater rafting adventure. I just want to remind everyone of that.
I can think of 3 people that it would be best kept safe with. Now, 3 that we would have to reach out to your dad to get a hold of. 1 that Asher's family could do.
We also have a small little bag of holding that has some wonderful shelves in it.
Yeah, but if we get killed, they have it.
But they don't know that we've got another room in there.
Yeah, but a bag of holding is like the first place you check.
You don't stick your head in a bag of holding. We should know we didn't.
Yeah, usually you turn it inside out, but
And you go,
obviously,
ah.
I am
that
again
didn't
going
get
to.
anything.
I am again. I do feel like we're missing something here because you can hide things all you want. If someone is determined to get to it, they will get to it.
Unless you put it in the hands of a very, very powerful person that you don't want to cross.
If you are desperate, you are willing to do that.
Fitz, what is your dad's boss like?
I've heard stories. I did big. I remember that much.
Doesn't he own a giant stronghold that's used for storing?
Probably. That sounds like the big guy.
If
Connor's starting to be dead ass.
I mean, I have
Connor,
a lot.
you can't be mad at me when literally it is the perfect location to store it.
Stuff has gotten stolen out of that. I'm gonna point that out.
Not recently.
Technically speaking, the perfect location would be Tana bringing it back to Titania.
Oh, that would be scary though.
But
I don't know
but
if I
she
want the
wouldn't want
Fae
to
to
go
have that much
back
power.
without the moon first, which is the problem with that.
Again, people are persistent.
But we at very least need to find it and keep it away for now. Keeping it off continent might not be a bad idea. But I don't know what... There's powerful people out there, but I don't know who would be willing to hold a head of the first vampire in all of existence and actually be able to hold back a storm.
Well, something we're slightly overlooking. Reyes was a descendant of a vampire hunter.
Yeah.
A quite famous one. Do we have any records of other descendants of vampire hunter? Perhaps not as famous as his relative, but on the same sort of level. Maybe. It would make sense for them to have it in case some sort of... I'm not exactly sure on the history of how the first vampire came to be cut into a million tiny pieces.
We cut ourselves in blood on a book and we didn't get the answer because we got distracted.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah,
Point that out.
Davis does not...
Sure did
Oh, yeah.
that, didn't we?
Davis doesn't look good. She is
Where-
bleeding.
You bled on the book and you're like, oh, Hadrien's at the door. Hi, Hadrien. Anyway,
Yeah.
just summon your dead dad. Yeah, that's cool.
Like, that's appropriate manic energy for being nearly dead, to be fair.
Just continuously
Um,
bleeding.
Yeah, so the book will basically, it won't be able to tell you how it happened, but it will tell you like the legend of it, effectively.
That's fine.
The first vampire was in fact or at least I should say, is according to legend, one of the first attempts at creating life by the old gods. So, like the ones that are no longer on this plane. And they realized that their first attempt was in fact a horrible misstep. So their decision was to effectively curse it and anything that came from it, so that they would not be able to live a normal, acceptable life.
I love that they're like, ew! Oh, what did we make? Ew, put a curse on it!
Very hardcore.
Yeah. Don't destroy it. Don't, like, strike it from the earth. Put a curse on it.
No.
Let it reproduce.
Similar to Hera, they threw Hephaestus off the mountain Olympus.
Icky yucky. Curse man now.
But if we can get to once we get to Hargrax, I'm pretty good at finding out information about others of my ilk. AKA, I have a feat that gives me advantage on looking at things that pertain to Eldritch threats and Forgotten Legends, which includes researching creature spells and other ancient or secret lore. I feel like looking up people who hunted these things would fall into that category.
Yeah, probably.
So I could, while we're digging into other things, I can dig into that. You'd have to help me find a library.
Oh, I can absolutely do that.
It's like you have a sixth sense for it.
Oh, nice.
In bookstores.
So, as you guys discuss your next plans of action, Hadrien being stitched up, or miraculously his clothes being stitched up while you guys are doing all this, we will end there, and we'll pick this up in 2 weeks' time, as unfortunately we do have a plan next week. me and several other players
It's
here
like
are
half
going
this group.
yeah, like
It's like
half the
half the
group.
group.
We're going to be going to a Ghost concert. So gonna be a little busy there, but at the very least, we'll be back the week after that, and we'll be able to play the game as intended. Special thanks to all my players. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. You guys really seem to like it. I'll be honest.
Went off on some weird tangents.
I mean, weird tangents or no, you did most of the talking when I was able to just sit back and go, all right.
Horrible session for Jace to miss.
I
There's
know.
so much.
I feel kind of bad, but oh well. They'll manage.
That's, to be fair, you kept encouraging me to drink the potion.
Yes, I did. Because I was
And I
tired of
did it.
sitting there.
We should have done it because if the DM is tired of something sitting there, that means he's scared.
What
we're
for
gonna use
me,
it
it's like a
for.
live hand grenade.
Yeah.
All
I
right?
think how the
If
DM
it gets
felt
used
about
at the wrong
the...
time, it's a problem.
Hey,
But-
however, this is a problem because we just found out that the world is actively in danger and we're just a bunch of chuckle fucks.
It's
Yep.
true.
But with all that said, if you guys enjoy the stream and enjoy the video, please pass the word around and tell your friends. We enjoy more people viewing our content. It's always appreciated. If you have any game recommendations for us or have things you'd like us to try out, pop into our Discord. Tell us. We'd love to hear recommendations. Me and Jace are probably going to be going back into the Tuesday streams when Jace gets settled down over here, but that's going to take a little bit of time. But with all that said, Becca's got a pizza to pick up. Say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye, stream.
Okay.